All right, Marcus, I think we're good here on this. Just checking to see if you can hear me. That's good. Okay. Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. Just checking to see if you can hear us. Marcus down here. Hey, Last, can you put your headset on for a second? Last. Put your headset on for a second. Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. I should have that. 1, 2, 3. I got his feed coming back. Check 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Check 1, 2, 3. Pregame show. Check 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Looks good. I can see Marcus typing now. Cool. Gotcha.
Homecoming was just what the doctor ordered. As we welcome you to TU Game Day Live, presented by the U.S. Coast Guard, I'm Charles McNeil. Happy to be back with you following a victory. We're here inside a historic Legion Field in Birmingham for the 10th game of our 11-game football schedule. And what a week it has been. Everyone, and I do mean everyone, can't stop talking about last week's homecoming victory. And again, be sure that you like and subscribe to us. Follow Tuskegee Athletics right here on our YouTube channel. That's where you'll learn all about the Golden Tigers. Well, I've met folks from all over the land, well over 1,000 on Saturday. Alums came and hugged me. They spent some time with me, and everyone had huge smiles on their faces as they entered Abbott Memorial Stadium. The grin may have started because, you know what? They were just happy to be back on the hallowed grounds. Some were excited to kick it with old friends, former classmates, roommates, whatever it might be. While the rest, they were just pleased to be back one more time to tailgate with fraternity and sorority members. The world's largest on-campus outdoor cookout was a sight to see. It was amazing from start to finish.
Set to begin football action here. The Golden Tigers Tuskegee dressed in white trunks this afternoon and black jerseys with the crimson numerals outlined in white and the crimson helmets. McGrew will take the snap. Looking upfield, shoots, got a man. That's Nation wide open at the 15. Spins past the defense, got a second wave, turns and scores for Tuskegee at homecoming 2025. They go in reverse and they bobbled it again. This time it's loose, rolling to the back of the end zone, and it's going to be a safety for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Spivey lines up to the right of McGrew. McGrew with the snap, looking left. Now checks off, got to roll him right side. He's flush, dumps it to the base of the end zone, wide open. Garmin, touchdown TU. Tuskegee has broken a 6-game losing skid with their win here this afternoon over the Dragons of Lane College. 18-13 the final here at Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium.
It's going to be a humbling experience, going back to Birmingham and playing against Miles College, where I coached there for 9 years. So those guys are going to be ready to play, and we're going to come in and just making sure that we were able to come in and basically just feed off the energy we had at homecoming and make that carry over into this weekend versus Miles College. Anytime you get a W after a losing streak, it carries momentum to the next week. And we had a great week of practice already, and the guys have still, ready and hungry to get back on the turf. And Coach Gould, he's doing an excellent job with those guys. We just got to make sure that we're fundamentally sound and just minimize the mistakes and the turnovers, and just looking at the end of the game, just being victorious.
Thanks, Coach James. Excellent game plan on homecoming, and a shout out goes out to Charles Ward and Mark Lassiter for their outstanding call of last week's homecoming victory. It was a sight to see. Up next, it's The Standard as TU Game Day Live continues after this word from the U.S. Coast Guard.
And joining me right now is the voice of Tuskegee University, Charles Ward, with a special presentation.
Janet and to the entire Montgomery chapter, congratulations on being out of all those chapter challenge.
C-SPY is a prestigious scholarship, a world-class leadership training program, and a ticket to a rewarding career as an officer in the United States Coast Guard. C-SPY is an opportunity for students attending minority-serving institutions that goes beyond paying for 2 years of tuition and other college expenses. Once accepted, you'll be a member of the Coast Guard, earning a full-time salary, plus medical benefits, and a housing allowance. While continuing your full-time studies, you'll get to learn about life in the Coast Guard firsthand. You'll quickly find that the Coast Guard is unique from the other military branches. It's a different kind of service. with crews of like-minded people who perform life-saving missions every day and protect our environment and communities. If you're ready to step up as a leader and help us make the world a better place, then visit gocoastguard.com/CSPI to learn more or talk to a recruiter.
There's losing, and then there's being the loser. Game time comes with enough pressure. Way too often, people are betting on sports, losing, and taking it out on the athletes. Only a loser would harass college athletes after losing a bet. But it happens almost every day. Root for your team, get crazy when the buzzer sounds, but don't harass anyone because you lost a bet. It's time we draw the line and put an end to the abuse. Brought to you by the NCAA.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Standard. Tuskegee athletics chasing excellence daily. The Golden Tigers are all set to meet the Golden Bears of Miles College in the final conference football game of the year. And while these two schools have been playing each other for years, the significance of this impact comes really from our TU Director of Athletics, Reginald Ruffin, because he was the head football coach for both schools. And as you may recall, in a story that we brought you right here on TU Game Day Live, A.D. Ruffin was recently named to the Miles College Hall of Fame. Let's do a deeper dive in today's matchup. It's time for your tale of the tape. Both Tuskegee and Miles have sub-500 records this season. It's the 67th meeting all-time between the Golden Ones. TU leads the series with 48 victories, only 17 losses, and there was one tie along the way. Head-to-head, Tuskegee's last win was 3 seasons ago by 3 points, while the Golden Bears mauled the Golden Tigers last season 37-7. This season, both squads are scoring about 17 points a game, while both are giving up 21 and 31 points respectively. Miles has won the last 2 games by a combined score of 72-17. So TU, you've got to bring your A game. The Tuskegee University men's basketball team was in action at the Chappie James Center, the final tune-up before the 25-26 season gets underway. And the voice of the Golden Tigers, Charles Ward, was there to capture all the action.
We're live from the Chappie James Center on the campus of Tuskegee University for preseason basketball action as the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee get set to host the Tornadoes of Talladega College. Preseason action as the Golden Tigers get set to launch their season next week in Auburn at the Auburn University Montgomery campus. But in this preseason contest this afternoon, Golden Tigers led by a point at halftime, struggled from the free throw line in the first half of the ball game, but in the second half really started to concentrate on getting the ball on the inside and got some real good results to win the ball game 73-70 over the Tornadoes of Talladega. Again, Golden Tigers in action next Friday from Auburn University at Montgomery at a 4 o'clock start. We'll be there with the coverage for you on GTSN. Charles Ward for TU Game Day Live.
As we head to a break on TU Game Day Live, brought to you by the U.S. Coast Guard, here are your SIAC Players of the Week. Congratulations, guys.
C-SPI is a prestigious scholarship, a world-class leadership training program, and a ticket to a rewarding career as an officer in the United States Coast Guard. C-SPI is an opportunity for students attending minority-serving institutions that goes beyond paying for 2 years of tuition and other college expenses. Once accepted, you'll be a member of the Coast Guard, earning a full-time salary, plus medical benefits, and a housing allowance. While continuing your full-time studies, you'll get to learn about life in the Coast Guard firsthand. You'll quickly find that the Coast Guard is unique from the other military branches. It's a different kind of service, with crews of like-minded people who perform life-saving missions every day and protect our environment and communities. If you're ready to step up as a leader and help us make the world a better place, then visit gocoastguard.com/CSPI to learn more or talk to a recruiter.
Fear the shed means to me, you better be careful up under here because we gonna ride. Don't come up under here dissing Tuskegee. Don't come under the shed opposing Tuskegee. Don't come under the shed dissing the band. Fear the shed because we gonna ride. That's Tuskegee pride.
The shed for regular games, the shed is always lit. but during homecoming, it's next level. Like it's something about that homecoming vibe, about everybody being there. It just brings a next level energy.
Oh, they were rocking. Those students were rocking. I tell you, the music was good, the band was excellent, everything was just wonderful.
We have the greatest homecoming of all time. I don't care about G-Ho. I don't care about none of that.
When you're in that moment amongst this love and all these people, and we could be winning the football game, we could be getting our tail kicked, whatever the case is. Like I said, we can say as a family of Tuskegee whatever we want to say, but that Tuskegee pride is unmatched.
We went to Tuskegee. We do what we want. Everybody else do what they can. It's just one of those things you wouldn't understand it unless you went to Tuskegee.
I think we have to call a timeout when they play that song. Hey, coach. Everybody dancing. The #1 song in college football.
The world is coming into the knowledge that Tuskegee's homecoming experience is the best because it is home. It is the precursor, the progenitor, the originator, the facilitator, the perpetuator of black excellence. You have Booker T. Washington who had a vision, and you had his students who have continued that vision and understand that celebration is how we maintain and we excel. And when you come in, you get saturated in that culture, in that identity, and it is undeniable, irrevocable, indefatigable, irresistible.
Black excellence.
Black excellence.
With inspiration and assistance from our SIDs, both past and present, Arnold Houston and Jordan Benson, we take you inside the vault. The first matchup between Tuskegee and Miles happened in 1929. That's 96 years ago, with the Golden Tigers drilling the Golden Bears 39-zip. Over the years, TU has had their way with Miles, winning 16 straight games from 1967 to 1983. But Miles has handled their business recently against Tuskegee, winning 5 of the last 6. Today's game has a lot more meaning because it may eventually be named the Reginald Ruffin Classic.
Third down. Lacey, with time, cannot find a receiver, has the ability to run, but this time he will try to throw it away. Interception by the Bears. 10, 5, touchdown, Miles College. Ball at the 15. Bullet pass, catch made. Reception by Jerome Lewis, the fullback.
It's second down and goal.
Gives to the fullback. Touchdown, Brandon Wilson. Touchdown, Tuskegee. 25 seconds to count. They've got to move fast now on 4th down. Last hope for Miles. They need a first. Throw incomplete. For Miles, the heartbreak of losing their final home game of the season. 13-10 is your final.
Here's Hall's punt. And Robinson's going to try to run this one back. Here he's at the 10-yard line. Tries to reverse his field. He has room to run up the sideline. Watch out. And Anthony Robinson cuts it back across midfield. One man to beat. Can he get there? He's gone. No flags. 90-yard touchdown, Miles. Miles on first down. Play fake. Smith going deep. Throws it up for grabs, and it's intercepted. Rorick Stewart with the interception, and now he's going to try to return it. He's inside the 30, and he's taken down at the 30-yard line. Ramus play fake. End zone. Touchdown, Peyton Ramsey. The Golden Tigers get on the scoreboard. 4th down, and goal from the 1. Ramus quarterback sneak. Touchdown. Smith, 4 wide receivers. Play fake. Smith going left side for Tyree. Cut. Touchdown, Miles. Leonard Tyree does it again. No flags. 27 yards. Here it comes. 4th down. Doremus steps up. Throws. Incomplete. Miles will take over. And the Miles Golden Bears have won the West. 31-27 over Tuskegee. First and 10 from the 22-yard line. And Bryson Williams will keep it himself and go straight up the middle, breaking tackles, and down the middle he goes. Bryson Williams in the open field. One man left to beat. Inside the 20, he will go all the way on the first play from scrimmage. Touchdown, Tuskegee, 78 yards. What a start for the Golden Tigers.
Now that's how you come out and set the tone.
Dante Edwards in the backfield along with Newell on this first and 10. And off the play fake, Newell going down the middle. As a man open, it's caught. That's Chris Brown, and he will stroll into the zone. 2 plays, 2 touchdowns. Holy Toledo, we got some fireworks early in Fairfield. So first down, and that snap goes through the wickets. Davis picks it up. Oh, couldn't handle it. And Miles is going to have a touchdown. You look at the way that this team plays, especially at home. It's going to be a tough game next week between Albany State and Miles. There's a throw for a touchdown. DeAndre Harvey, his 3rd catch of the game is a touchdown. And the Golden Bears, 50 spot here on Tuskegee. Bryson Williams had that 73-yard run, but that was it as the clock ticks down here, and Miles will win the SIAC championship for the 3rd consecutive year, the SIAC West title. Once again, going through Fairfield Sloan-Alumni Stadium, Miles with a 52-23 win over Tuskegee as the clock continues to wind down.
Time now for my final thoughts, and they can be summed up in 3 quick words: rinse and repeat. In other words, let's do what we did last week and win. So that wraps up another edition of TU Game Day Live, presented by the U.S. Coast Guard. Charles Ward and Mark Lassiter, they're all set to bring you countdown to kickoff. Enjoy the game and go Tuskegee.
With over a nation-leading 714 wins, 12 HBCU national championships, and 28 SIAC titles, the Golden Tigers are set to add another trophy to the crowded Tuskegee mantle with a championship run this season. As they do so, the Golden Tigers Sports Network is ready to bring you all the action from the gridiron, from every play to every touchdown. GTSN will be there with all of the excitement of Tuskegee football, and our coverage begins right now. Let's go inside the stadium. Here with the call, GTSN's Charles Ward and Mark Lassiter.
And welcome, everybody. The Golden Tigers Sports Network finds itself in Birmingham, Alabama on this beautiful Saturday afternoon as the Golden Tigers get set to meet the Golden Bears of Miles College from Legion Field. Charles Ward, Mark Lassiter with the play call. Lassiter, these teams, SIAC opponents, had a volleyball match last night, played it right to the end, and it's football on a Saturday. We expect the same thing. Toss out all the stats. It's just team versus team when these teams meet.
This is a rivalry game live from the Old Gray Lady in Birmingham, Alabama, which sits in a valley overlooking downtown Birmingham. Really a beautiful sight. The Old Gray Lady is a concrete bowl that seats about 71,000 people. So we're expecting a beautiful day to play football, and this rivalry should bring a lot of energy.
Golden Tigers of Tuskegee coming in with energy after winning last weekend homecoming at Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium. They'll meet the Golden Bears of Miles College, who need a little bit of energy themselves. They come in at 3-7 overall and 3-4 in the SIAC.
Well, you know, it's interesting. I remember talking with you on the phone while you were talking to SID A.A. Moore of Miles College early in the season. He was bemoaning the status of Miles College football, but they've been playing good ball as of late. Tuskegee, as you mentioned, coming off of the big homecoming after that 6-game slide, and hopefully Tuskegee wants to finish out this season strong.
Talk about the Golden Bears. You referenced them playing good football of late. They won their last 3, and prior to that, they had not had a win in the course of the season. So they come in as your 3-game win streak with their last win against Marauders of Central State. Of course, the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee breaking a 6-game losing streak with the win at homecoming last weekend. So both teams hungry as we get to the latter part of this one game left for Tuskegee during Thanksgiving weekend. But here it's an opportunity for TU to continue to make a stride at the ending part of the season.
What's unusual for both these programs, Miles College, which for a lot of years was the doormat of the SIAC, managed to turn its program around in the late 90s. Tuskegee, historically one of the top 3 teams in the conference. Suddenly, both these teams have hit on hard times. They have some rebuilding to do. So both coaches, including first-year head coach Chris Good of Miles College and head coach of Tuskegee, who's on slippery turf as it stands, see how they both finish the season.
Talked to Coach James earlier in the week, and during the TU Game Day live pregame show, heard his comments about this ball game against the Golden Bears of Miles College, and trying to see if he can't get this program to finish strong during this latter half of the season against the Golden Bears of Miles College. Series between these teams. This will be the 15th meeting between Tuskegee and the Golden Bears, dating back to the year 2000, and actually tied at 7-7. And as we referenced in the pregame show last year at homecoming, the Golden Bears spoiled it for Tuskegee, winning it at Abbott.
Well, these teams are neighbors. And make no mistake about it, no matter what the record is, there's a bit of a rivalry. During pregame, players could be all the way up in their press box shouting at the Tuskegee coming up, all right, we don't like you. And so if that's any indication of the rivalry with both teams kind of on the downside record-wise, it doesn't matter. We don't like you sums up the attitude of this game.
We're live in the countdown to kickoff pregame show just a few minutes before we kick it off between the Golden Tigers and the Golden Bears. We'll take a break. Yes, and
Broadcast coverage of Golden Tigers athletics is brought to you by the following. The U.S. Coast Guard, always ready. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. Alabama Power, for the service of Alabama. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Yellowwood, a better backyard awaits. Home Depot, how doers get more done. Utilities Board of Tuskegee, purpose, progress, people. Coca-Cola, enjoy the moment with a Coca-Cola. Tuskegee Federal Credit Union, serving the people of Tuskegee and the surrounding community since 1938. TLAT Media, step by step, TLAT Media makes your business grow. And by Advertising Solutions, from concept to conversion, we are your advertising solution.
Back live here at Legion Field, Golden Tigers getting set to meet the Golden Bears of Miles College football action. Just a few moments away from kickoff, but before we get into the particulars of this ball game, Mark, myself, and the entire athletics department at Tuskegee University and the Golden Tiger Sports Network extend our condolences to Charles McNeil and his family and the loss of his mom this week. Just praying for the family that they are able to get a grasp on this and to really recognize her impact on that family. She was such a central part of the family for Charles and his family that we extend our sincere condolences. As we get set for football action, Golden Tigers here at Legion Field, Mark, are going to be coming in with some different looks at quarterback once again, with McGrew having to get an MRI earlier in the week, so it looks like it's going to be the senior Michael Franklin starting for Tuskegee.
One of the interesting things about Michael Franklin, he hasn't gotten a lot of snaps all season, but he comes in as a seasoned player at a senior. And so it'll be interesting to see how he performs early, whether they cut him loose or whether they go very conservative on offense. I was trying to get some tips or clues during pregame warm-up. He seemed to be a little bit off target in some of his throws during 7-on-7 drills, so I'll keep an eye on that during the game.
Yeah, Franklin actually came in and played some snaps in the ball game prior to homecoming for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Completed a couple of passes in that ball game, and couple of those to his brother Ryan, so he is excited about the opportunity to get the snaps here as a senior, kind of closing things out at Tuskegee.
So let's just set it up and be honest about it. Miles and Tuskegee both average only 17 points per game with their starting quarterbacks. They are respectively 11th and 12th in the conference in offense. So we haven't seen a lot of points on either sideline. So you know what that means. We're going to have a high-scoring game.
Sure, absolutely. Whatever you say, we go opposite. Golden Bears will kick it away. They will be in their maroon trunks and jerseys, numbers in white. They say start the game with a short pooch kick. Over the shoulder catch by one of the up men for Tuskegee at the 36-yard line is where TU will start their offense. So the Golden Bears starting out with a little bit of trickery on the initial kick. TU ready for it, though.
We'll see how Tuskegee operates on offense with this excellent field position to start this first drive.
And it will be Franklin coming out to take the snaps for Tuskegee, the senior from Los Angeles. Not many throwing opportunity campaign, 8 of 13 overall. 81 yards in passing for Franklin. It'll be Johnny Morris behind him at running back. We'll run down that front line for Tuskegee after this first play from scrimmage. Shotgun set. Flat thrown in before this play gets off.
Things to watch with a new starting quarterback. It'll be the small things. Snap count, handling the shotgun snap from center effectively and crisply, running the offense with few mental errors as possible.
Well, you talk about errors. Golden Tiger offense starting out with an error. They got penalized on that first play for a delay of game. Franklin on the first play shoots it out in the flats. Catch going to be made there by Wilson. Rashad runs it up the sideline up near the 39-yard line for Tuskegee.
Got to be a good feeling to get that first pass attempt completed. Looking to the sideline for the next call, Franklin will have to get plays in from the sideline in a crisp rhythm, keep this offensive system going. We've seen Tuskegee from time to time operate well between the 20s, but only to bog down when they get closer to the red zone.
Wilson with 10 catches for 88 yards. Got his first one here this afternoon. Franklin on the ground. They'll go trying to find some space in the middle there. Not a whole lot given up by that Golden Bear defense. But maybe a yard on that carry on the inside.
One of the things that Tuskegee struggled with from time to time is third down conversions. This is the first third down conversion of the ball game, obviously on the first drive. 3rd and about 5.
On the season, Golden Tigers 9th in the SIAC in 35 out of 111 opportunities. It's to be a 3rd and 5 here as you reference line 41. So Franklin in shotgun. Splits either side. TU in the crimson trunks, white jerseys, crimson helmets. Franklin looking to his right now. Here's the pressure. They'll flush him to his left. Now he'll dump it to running back that was there before. Morris with the football. Johnny works it left side, has his legs clipped from under him, but he got it past midfield, and Tuskegee with a first down run after a nice little dump off by Michael, saw the pressure there and got rid of it.
In the words of Mike Tyson, everyone has a plan to punch in the face. That time Franklin dropped the pass. Miles brought pressure. Franklin rolled to his wisely, just dipped a short pass into the flat, allowing Franklin to run with it for the first down.
So Tuskegee now at the 46-yard line of the Golden Bears of Miles College. Good recognition there by Franklin. He'll drop this time. Looking upfield, got a man behind the coverage, shoots it downfield and overshoots him about 2 yards down the hash mark. He was trying to get it to Preston Parker. Parker had a couple of steps on the defender, but that was a pretty tight window for Franklin to get that football into.
And speaking of tight windows, Franklin throws a very tight spiral. That pass was off target, but he had a good idea of trying to hit the receiver in between the double coverage right at about the 15-yard line. That pass a bit overthrown. Better him overthrow it than underthrow it.
Just a couple yards. I'm sure they'll put it in the Rolodex to come back to that one. Space, 2nd down and 10 from the 46-yard there by Michael Franklin. He'll run it inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Excellent ball fake to Johnny Morris on that one.
The ball fake was so effective to Morris that he actually got tackled in the backfield. That's when you know you pull off an excellent ball fake. But give credit to Franklin for selling it and then picking up decent yardage on the carry.
Franklin got it to right at the 40, so it'll be 3rd down and about 4 for TU from there. Just underway, first quarter action, no score, 12:38 remains. Tuskegee and the Golden Bears of Miles College.
Tuskegee with 3 wide receivers to the left.
Franklin joined in the backfield. Play clock down to 5. Snap to Franklin. Looks to his left. Here's the pressure. Tries to avoid. Did so. Good scramble by him to the right side. Now he's looking for a blocker. He'll try to tuck and run. Got eluded one defender there. Tiptoes the sideline and turned nothing into about a 3-yard gain. That'll make it a 3rd and 1 situation for TU.
First thing to notice about Michael Franklin, the senior, he has quick feet. That's the 3rd time he's been pressured and attacked by the Miles defenders in the backfield for the pass rush. Franklin that time started to his left, came back to the near sideline on the right, and they're going to give him the first down on that carry.
Boy, good generous mark for Tuskegee. Excellent run there by Michael for Tuskegee from the quarterback position. Football at the 35-yard line of the Golden Bears. Fresh set of downs for TU. Ball fake. Shoots it with a man across the middle. That's E.J. Hall. Nice job there on the pass from Franklin. Hall collects it, and he works his way down to the 15.
Michael Franklin's giving Miles something to think about on defense. His ball handling is so effective. It bought him an extra second of time to find his receiver streaking from left to right in the middle of the field. That time picking up another first down for Tuskegee. This offense is showing excellent rhythm on this first drive.
Hall with his first catch of the ball game, the leading receiver for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. That'll make it 1st and 10 now from the 15. Franklin lines up in the shotgun on the ground. This time he'll give it to Morris. Johnny angles left side. They spin him around near the 11-yard line.
One thing about the unpredictability of Franklin, his improvisation has given Miles something extra to think about. The running plays have suddenly become more effective, and his ball fakes are causing Miles to hesitate just a split second.
Morris picked up 4 on that play last. It'll be interesting to see what the Golden Tigers do here on this 2nd down and about 6.
This could be considered a free play. Might be an interesting situation for Tuskegee to take a shot into the end zone.
That's my thinking as well. Franklin lines up in shotgun. Morris joins him in the backfield. They bring a man in motion right side. Ball fake going to the end zone. One-on-one over the shoulder catch. Touchdown Tuskegee. One-on-one in the end zone. Waited for that pass from Franklin. Michael threw it right out to his right, and the beautiful catch in the end zone. Tuskegee scores first.
Well, we both know there's no such thing as a free play, but Tuskegee took full advantage of the ball fake for Franklin and the excellent throw, the far sideline in the corner of the end zone for the 6.
Nicely done by the Golden Tigers on the first possession of this football game. Ryan's now with the point out. Larkin knocks it through for Tuskegee, and the Golden Tigers jump out first. They lead at 7-0 over the Golden Bears of Miles College. We're live from Legion Field on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hi, Tuskegee Nation. I'm Aaron James, head coach at Tuskegee University, and you're watching the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Back live at Legion Field, Golden Tigers of Tuskegee striking first with 10:15 left in this first quarter of play. That's an excellent start for that Tuskegee offense.
Tuskegee just said, you give us 4 minutes and 45 seconds, we'll take the ball down the field on you. Give credit to Michael Franklin, the senior, in his first start of the season, operating the offense effectively and taking advantage of his ability to improvise to keep that drive going.
Yeah, you talk about improvisation. That one play where he was able to keep it alive and actually run for the first down is just astronomical for them to really keep that drive going and score the touchdown.
Also an excellent throw on the touchdown pass. There's no such thing as a free play, but what Tuskegee took advantage of was the fact that Miles' defense was on their heels. They had a second down call, and Coach Aaron James said, let's go and try to pick up the whole thing right here, and they scored. They did.
Yeah, you call that one right out on that second down effort. They went to the end zone and got it. Really been the tempo of this team all season long, that when they've been in situations in which they could go up top, they have tried to take advantage of that. So TU with the early 7-0 lead over the Golden Bears. As you referenced, Chris Good, the head coach of the Golden Bears in his first campaign. Played his college football at Alabama. Trying to see if he can't put his stamp on the Golden Bear program. There's 3-7 record at this point. We're predicted to finish 4th in the SIAC. Squibber there by Ryans. Picked by one of the up men for the Golden Bears. Banged it near the 1-yard line on the return. Tuskegee with good pursuit there on the kick. Carry on the return for the Golden Bears was Gennaro Scott, the redshirt senior from Baton Rouge. Ryan electing to just get this one on the carpet and get it rolling forward on the kick rather than going deep to the Golden Bears specialist. It's a player they're trying to keep that football away from because he is a return specialist. Has good numbers for the Golden Bears. While the Golden Bears now set to go on offense for the first time in this football game. Brindley Vandiver at quarterback, and they will keep it on the ground. Right side on the carry, it's Scott with the initiative. He got it up to the 31-yard line. Not a whole lot there on that play. Got about a yard, and that's it.
Player to watch for Miles College, wide receiver Marquez Mobley. He had 5 catches for 136 yards against Central State. Mobley, one of their lead receivers, a favorite target.
15th in the conference in receiving for the Golden Bears. Bears 6th in passing in the SIAC, averaging right at 209 yards per game. Vandiver goes shotgun this time. Ball fake by him, shoots it out in the flats, overshoots receiver out there, trying to get it into the hands of the player you just referenced. It was James Gatewood, I beg your pardon, was trying to get it to out in the flats, but overshot him.
Timothy Grayson Jr. was in coverage for Tuskegee. He was the closest player to making a play on that last pass to the near sideline. That's a long throw, about 20 yards in the air. Vandiver has got to be more Grayson.
Bring up an early third down here for the Golden Bears on their first possession. TU scored on its first. Tuskegee with a 7-0 lead. Vandiver in shotgun, breaks the slots either side by bringing in a man in motion. Dobbs to the right. Pressure, he'll unload it. Threw it downfield, and it's going to be picked off by that Golden Tiger secondary. Vandiver just threw that one up, felt the pressure coming, and just unloaded it. And meanwhile, Tuskegee comes away with the pick.
Credit that interception to none other than Kiquan Kimber, the linebacker for Tuskegee. Got a hand in the face of the quarterback for Miles. Ball just floated harmlessly at about the 35-yard line. There were 2 defensive backs heads turned, tracking that football in the air. Tuskegee picks up the interception.
There was the senior Marquise Hawthorne with the interception. Tuskegee. But that was almost like a punt by the Golden Bears there. They just threw it downfield, and Tuskegee will start their second drive pretty close to where they started the first one. This drive will start from the 35, initial drive from the 36.
Kimber put so much pressure on the quarterback for Miles that he was falling backwards as he's releasing the football. And as you know, when quarterbacks are feeling contact when they're releasing the football, most times there's nothing on it. That ball just sailed into the secondary as a free pass.
So Tuskegee will take it over from their own 35-yard line. 9:21 remaining in this first quarter of play. TU leading 7-0. Media time out here inside the Legion Field. We'll take a break as well on GTSN.
C-SPY is a prestigious scholarship, a world-class leadership training program, and a ticket to a rewarding career as an officer in the United States Coast Guard. C-SPY is an opportunity for students attending minority-serving institutions that goes beyond paying for 2 years of tuition and other college expenses. Once accepted, you'll be a member of the Coast Guard, earning a full-time salary, plus medical benefits and a housing allowance. While continuing your full-time studies, you'll get to learn about life in the Coast Guard firsthand. You'll quickly find that the Coast Guard is unique from the other military branches. It's a different kind of service, with crews of like-minded people who perform life-saving missions every day and protect our environment and communities. If you're ready to step up as a leader and help us make the world a better place, then visit gocoastguard.com/CSPI to learn more or talk to a recruiter.
I'm Chris Lee, Mayor of historic Tuskegee, Alabama. This is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
And thank you, Tuskegee Mayor Chris Lee, for holding the GTS broadcast. Caught up with him at Tuskegee a couple of days ago. Graciously did the promo for us, wishing him all the best in his new administration, the city of Tuskegee. Meanwhile, Michael Franklin starting off hot for the Golden Tigers, 3 of 4 in his first pass attempts. They'll pitch it right side toward the sideline, trying to cut it back inside is Johnny Morris, and Johnny got it to the 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 5 on that first down. Tuskegee will take that any day of the week.
I like the effort by Justin Livey, the guard for Tuskegee, who was pulling to the near sideline, got out in front of his running.
He'll take a drop after a ball fake. Looks to his left now. Got time. Fires. Got a man. That's all standing. And EJ dropped the pass at the 38-yard line. Boy, that's a rarity.
Lively, for the play in a row, did an excellent job that time on Kellen Washington for Miles, who's the defensive end, trying to get pressure in on the quarterback for Tuskegee. Lively just stonewalled him on the corner right at the 35-yard line, giving his quarterback enough time.
And Hall squaring up there at the 38-yard line. Just dropped that one. Rare occasion there. That'll make it 3rd and 5. Play clock at 5. Tuskegee getting set to run the play. They go left to right in this first quarter of play. Snap to Franklin. Slides to his left, across the middle, going up to get the catches. Parker, Preston behind the sticks, and that's enough for the Tuskegee first.
Parker makes an excellent grab over his head, reaching back for that pass that had a little bit of mustard on it, delivered by the quarterback for Tuskegee. But Franklin, another accurate throw and another first down.
Boy, I tell you what, he just seems to be so comfortable in that pocket for Tuskegee.
Nope. I'm going to pick up on what you were thinking, because what he's doing, he's comfortable because he has comfortable feet. He's able to get set and release the football in rhythm.
Pick up of a first down on the catch by Parker. So Franklin, 4 of 5, 7:53 left first quarter. He'll take the snap. On the ground, Johnny Morris looking for space left side, spins back to the interior, got it past midfield, and the pack pushes near the 47-yard line.
since we are at Legion Field in Birmingham, I'm going to go back to another Alabama quarterback who had quick feet, Joe Namath. Had the feet of a dancer, stayed on his toes, and Franklin displays the same ability to be very light on his feet. Under pressure, he's able to make those adjustments. Choppy steps, he gets set up to throw really quickly.
Nice history lesson. Going all back to Joe Namath.
Well, you know this is the former home of the Iron Bowl that used to be played here.
Yeah, no doubt.
The old gray lady has seen some football.
Yeah, Namath took that panache all the way to the NFL. 7-0 lead for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Remains.
And like Namath, Michael Franklin wears white shoes.
Oh, yeah.
And he shares the number. Oh, nope. One off.
Just
He's
one
13.
Off, yeah.
Namath was 12.
Sure. Play has stopped. Players still on the field. I think the officials are trying to get something sorted out. And the clock moving. Now the play clock is moving. And so is the game clock. Play clock at 13. Franklin sets in shotgun. 3 receivers to his right. He'll keep the football. Left side, nice ball fake by Franklin. Franklin at the second wave of the Golden Bear defense. Slides at the 38, and that's good enough for the TU first down.
Once again, the ball fake is causing Miles' defense to pause just a minute, or a second, I should say. Franklin that time made the fake to the right side, kept it himself, goes up the left hash mark, picks up another first down.
Football at the 39-yard line. They'll put it right at the 40 after the run by Franklin, but it's good enough for the first. Franklin in shotgun. Morris joins him in the backfield. Quick snap, ball fake, busted play. Michael's got to just keep that one. Slid right back to the initial line of scrimmage, and a flag coming in at the back of that play.
A couple of players got tangled up. Looks like LeBron Merriweather got tangled up with one of the defensive linemen for Miles College. I'm sure that Tuskegee's happy to see Merriweather back in the lineup at his traditional start at center. The officials discussing it right at the 45-yard line.
As you reference, Merriweather just the anchor for that offensive line for Tuskegee. Elliott Howell still not back in play for Tuskegee as well.
So it's going to be a personal foul against Miles. I'm assuming, Charles, that is going to be a late hit on Franklin as he was going into the slide.
That'll push the football inside of the 30-yard line for the Golden Tigers down to the 27 of Miles College.
There are some football players, especially at quarterback, that seem to have a sense of what they're doing out there by their body language. Michael Franklin, very early, looking very poised, directing the Tuskegee offense.
Yeah, he's waited a long time to be able to call these signals. Going up top once again, handed the grab Parker, this time out of bounds on the engine. That's the one they scored the touchdown on. They went right back to it, this time at about the 10. Parker not able to pull it in.
Parker was leaping for that football, had the signs of a back shoulder throw, but that throw was a little bit beyond him. But again, Franklin very aggressive inside the 30-yard line.
Second down and 10 after the incompletion. 5:49 remains first quarter. Franklin lines up in shotgun. 3 receivers to his right. He'll fake it again, this time trying to find the short sideline and runs out of bounds. Maybe got a yard, not much more. Ball fake that time, trying to get it into the hands of showing that he was going to give it to Rouser, but he kept it and runs left side and only picked up a yard.
Well, thinking about Rouser, he's not as much a threat as Johnny Morris. So that ball fake sometimes has to be made on reputation. Miles said, oh, that's just Rouser. We're not going to go for that one. Let's go for the quarterback.
I like your thinking on that, Lasser. That's a good analysis on it. Sometimes it's the personnel that makes the defense make adjustments. 3rd down and 10. No gain on the play by Franklin. Play clock at 2. They'll get it away. Michael across the middle. Got a man streaking there. Again, the catch by Parker. And Preston behind the sticks again down at the 13-yard line. So it's first down for Tuskegee.
Nice double move on the short pass route. The timing was to perfection as the second move was made. Franklin is releasing the ball before his receiver actually turns for it. Passes on the money. First down, Tuskegee.
So to the 13, TU goes with 4:37 left, first quarter of play.
You watch a senior quarterback make that pass with enough trust before the receiver comes out of his final break. That's an interesting throw.
Shotgun on the ground. Rouser with the football, turned end over end, but that's after he gets it inside of the 10 as he lands down near the 7-yard line.
And Rouser's only 5'8", 165, but that time in between the tackles, straight ahead, picks up decent yardage.
He heard you up here talking about him. That'll be 2nd down and 3, perhaps 4 for Tuskegee after the run by Rouser.
I'm glad he heard me. That was a very decisive run.
Shotgun. Pitch. Busted play. Rouser trying to get it to the sideline. Nothing doing there. They started out. Looks like it was going to be an option play to the right side. I think it was bobbled momentarily by Franklin. And that just threw the entire rhythm off. The Golden Bears able to catch up with it behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes when plays get off to such poor starts, quarterbacks will just say, okay, I'll take the loss and come back to fight another play. That one was awkward from the snap. We have a man down for Miles right at the 20-yard line, end of the play. But Tuskegee now comes up with a 3rd and about 13 call.
Yeah, the injured Bear at the 20. And we're talking about Franklin, his first chance to start this season for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. And really a good start for him. You just have to wonder what that must be like to have been a backup almost the entire year, and then you get a chance to finally start, what that emotion must be like to start it.
Well, not only that, get your first start 2 games before the end of the season as a senior. So your career is about to come to an end. So Michael Franklin has got to be thinking, if I'm in that position, I'm a senior, I'm going to go out and give it my best effort, play loose, not worry about making mistakes, and just show these coaches that they made a mistake during the year by keeping me on the bench.
As they still attend the Golden Bear player. Timeout has been called. This game being televised as well. So media timeout here. We'll take a break. 3:38 remains. First quarter of play. TU leads 7-0.
Listen up. That's the world, and it's begging to be explored. Hear it? It's talking to that part of you that doesn't buy what everyone's selling. The part that understands you get you better than anyone. And that you deserve the freedom to create your own flight plan. This is your office in the sky. It's where you chase the horizon, create connections, and turn every destination into a chance for exploration. Not only of where you are, but who you are. And this sound, it's the sound of you saying,
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is your captain speaking.
are you ready to soar? The Lift Academy. Explorers wanted.
Back live after the timeout. Franklin trying to go to the other side and then the end zone. E.J. Hall down there, and it's indication Hall caught that football for a touchdown. Boy, that thing was thrown in so much traffic, you can even tell if Hall caught it, but he was able to grab it as he kind of turned right there at the end, in the end zone, to make the catch. Interesting to see if the Golden Bears will challenge this play as Hall able to squeeze it, but not his fields, and we do see the challenge flag coming out by Chris Good and the Golden Bears. This one may get overturned because EJ down in the end zone looked like he was already out of bounds on that catch.
Tuskegee ran 2 wide receivers to the short side of the field on the near sideline. Franklin with a nice back shoulder throw. The key will be whether the officials decide that his elbow landed in bounds. They'll track his feet, but as you know in college, you only have to have 1 foot in. We have the advantage of a video board here to our right. We'll not give away the replay until we get the final call, but that was an excellent back shoulder throw to the near corner of the end zone.
The officials The flag was thrown, the challenge flag. Don't see where they're gathered, which should be an observation tent somewhere down there for them to look at it. Now they're sprinting back toward midfield. Looks like they got it near the 10-yard line on the other end of the field. So a little jaunt there for the officials to go down and take a look at that play. As you referenced the Jumbotron to our right, we're taking a look at it there on screen again. You're right, we won't give it away, but they do have a good vantage point of it and showing it on the screen here inside Legion Field.
So the play happened in the end zone to our right. The officials gathered at the 5-yard line, had the sprint from right to left all the way back to the 10-yard line on the opposite end of the field. I'm just trying to catch their breath as they're looking at the replay in an open tent that's right below us. So it's interesting. I'm going to say that that's a touchdown Tuskegee. It looked awkward, but from the position where the ball was caught, I'm thinking that the receiver was inbounds on that last completion.
We will see. They're down there looking at it now. They'll have several angles to look, and perhaps including the one we saw on the Jumbotron to our right. But this Sky Coach system is an independent set of cameras. You never know which angle they have in terms of what they're able to show the officials.
And you know the general law of football is that the catches that look the most awkward, when you see them on replay, those are the ones that are completed. They, at first glance, look like there's no way that should be a touchdown.
Yeah.
But when you are able to slow it down and catch the nuance and the detail of what body part landed where, it sometimes be very surprising. So we'll see. But again, give credit to Franklin for stepping up and making a big throw on that third long call.
Yeah, you made the call on that in terms of the throw itself, that it almost appeared that I couldn't even tell if EJ actually caught the football, but it's clear he definitely caught it on a good pass.
Let's apologize to our listeners, too, because Franklin's release is so quick that we barely made it back from the break. He's back in the pocket completing the pass to the near corner of the end zone.
Yeah, referee and the line judge are down there under that tent taking a look at it. Meanwhile, special teams for Tuskegee is out on the football field.
Well, they've not only got to make the call
they got to
at the tail, they've got to run back up the field another 90 yards
sure.
to address the crowd and the two teams that are set up at the 2-yard line ready to attempt the extra point attempt.
So they continue to look at it. Tuskegee trying to get his second touchdown of this first quarter of play. 3:22 remains in this first quarter.
I hope they have a good video screen in that open tent because we're able to peer from our press box location right over their shoulders and see what they're looking at from a distance. Now, we can't see the detail, of course, but that there is no hood. That's just a open tent that they're looking at the replay under.
Yeah. No, I think they've decided on what they saw.
And they're walking towards the 15. Okay, yeah. They're breaking into a jog now.
Well, it wasn't as brisk as the jog over, I can tell you that.
One official's at the 30-yard line. He's at the 35.
They're going to say the pass was incomplete, and can't argue with that call. Yeah, that was a crisp pass by Franklin to EJ, but if they saw the thing that was showing on the Jumbotron, most of his body was already off the playing surface, and if he did come down with the elbow, it was after the feet had already come down out of bounds. So they'll wipe that 6 off the board, and TU has to go back to work offensively with 3:22 left in this first quarter.
It appears that Ryans is going to attempt a from 35 yards out as the field goal team is on the field. He'll be kicking from the right hash mark.
It was a third down effort by Tuskegee. Now they'll bring on Ryans. Longest of the season is 44 yards. Hit that against Allen University.
Ryans hit from 45 during pregame warm-up with ease.
No doubt. No wind here inside the bowl at Legion Field. So they'll put it down at the 24, 34-yard effort coming here. Lead 10-0 over the Golden Bears of Miles College. More football ahead on GTSN.
love the lake. It's like one of the few places I can just let go and be myself. I really love it here.
On the kickoff, Ryans drives it to the base of the end zone, so the Golden Bears will come out with 3:18 remaining and start this drive from their own 25-yard line. So another impressive – go ahead, Mark.
No, please.
Just going to say another impressive drive by that Tuskegee offense. Just did not get the touchdown on the call, but they do finish with the field goal.
And just when you were celebrating the Tuskegee offense, I was getting ready to dap up the Tuskegee defense, which has carried this team through the last 3 games.
Well, you'll have a chance here because that defense is out on the field. Vandiver in shotgun, keeps it on the ground. They'll run it right side, sneaking it up near the 35-yard line on the carry for the Golden Bears. That time is Roderick Smith.
Tuskegee's defense improved against Albany State, holding one of the best teams, well, the best team in the conference to 10 points was quite a feat.
As Roderick Thomas, of course, on that return, Smith is the punter for the Golden Bears. Roderick Thomas, the redshirt freshman on the carry. He'll get another look at it right side, and he runs right into a wall in Timothy Grayson. Grayson, the junior from Demopolis, just demolished Thomas on the carry.
Now, Miles runs 2 running backs, Roderick Thomas, who you mentioned, and Edward Osley. They share the load. They average 3.5 and 4 yards per carry. They don't get a lot of carries. They're ranked, kind of average, middle of the conference, but they like to split the responsibilities between the two.
Yeah, if it's an Achilles heel for that Golden Tiger offense, it is their run game, under 100 yards per game as a team. Movement at the line of scrimmage, flags coming in there. I believe the Golden Bears jumped first there offensively.
I'd put that one on the quarterback, Vandiver, because the Alpine just didn't seem to be in sync with the snap count. It's one thing to see one player move. At least 4 linemen from Miles were early.
Yeah, likely an indication that they had a set count that they were going to go on, and they didn't do it. That's why everybody moved. It will go against the Golden Bears. It'll push them back 5. That'll make it 3rd and 10. Vandiver with 3 receivers to his left. Golden Bears go right to left on your listening device. 2 minutes left, first quarter. Vandiver in the pocket. Got time. Now here's the pressure by Tuskegee. You talk about a wall collapsing real. Emmanuel Canton able to get the sack on him. Got some help from the offside as well.
Thing you love to see from defensive linemen is closing speed. That time Cannon was in on Vandiver in a hurry. Vandiver thought he had time to release that football, and Cannon was in his face. He's looking at the back of turf.
Yeah, just a quick collapsing pocket there. Tuskegee able to get the pressure at the corners and put the hit on him. In addition to Cannon with that play, they also got some help from Caleb Harrell. So the Golden Bears now will punt it away. It'll be Roderick Smith to punt the football. Redshirt senior punter trying to turn it over. Good floater by him. EJ will let it bounce over his head. Head rolls forward and rolls out of bounds near the 27-yard line, is where that Tuskegee offense will come out for his 3rd appearance in this first quarter.
Central time zone, a 2 p.m. start, but the shadows just now starting to creep across the field. About a third of artificial turf here is covered in shadow, about 2/3 in sunlight as Tuskegee goes from
Michael Franklin and the Golden Tiger offense set to go back to work on their first drive. They had 9 plays, 64 yards, 4 minutes, 41 seconds off the clock, culminated with the touchdown pass to Preston Parker. And then that last drive, that was capped off with the 34-yard field goal. Larkin Ryans, TU with a 10-0 lead. Franklin again in the air, this time trying to get it out in the flats. Got the catch made there by Devin Cooper, his first grab of the football game. Turns it ahead for about a 4-yard pickup on the catch.
You hear the term from time to time, Charles, progressions. What Franklin shows you is the ability to go through his ball fake and deliver the football in a really crisp, brief amount of time. The ball fake so quickly, gets in rhythm, not a lot of wasted motion.
Indeed, you're right. Pick up a 4 on that play. 2nd and 6 now. Franklin on the ground. This is Rouser. Rouser spins past one defender at the 34, spins up past the 35, close to that first down marker.
Now, like another thing that the senior quarterback did after the handoff, once he made the handoff to Rouser, Franklin carried out the ball fake with his right hand, raising it up as if to pass. Again, giving Miles a little bit of window dressing to look at.
Coming close of this window, the first quarter of action here from Legion Field. Tuskegee quarter play here in Birmingham, Alabama. They lead at 10-0 over the Golden Bears of Miles College. Let's take a break here on GTSN.
I grew up coming out to this land. There's just something special about it. I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's really important to me.
Hi Tuskegee fans, I am Larkin Ryans, the kicker for Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Back live here at Legion Field. Golden Tigers with a 10-0 lead over the Golden Bears of Miles College. Mark at this point on 19 plays. Tuskegee already with 111 yards of offense.
Tuskegee impressive on offense early in this game. But my question to you is, what does a brother have to do to get one of those plates of food at halftime? Quite a spread set up by Miles College here, but as it was noticed during pregame, turned away.
Well, I told you what the lady said. This is for Miles College. We'll see if I got some purple gear in here somewhere.
You know, I may have to mount a bit of a protest march for discrimination against visitors, or we may have to call in a few favors. Giving credit to Miles, that was a very impressive spread that they had, but we'll never know unless we're able to sample it.
Oh, we're going to find out something. Yeah. Get over there and run an end around in the press box. You decoy him, give him a decoy, and I'll pull the grub, right?
I like that.
Right.
So since we're here at historic Legion Field, I know one of your favorite groups of Rolling Stones performed here.
Oh.
U2 has performed here, Pink Floyd, and Tuskegee's own Commodores performed at Legion.
Yeah, you know about some of the renovations that they've had here at Legion Field. I'm trying to still imagine that there was another level to this stadium prior to them taking it down.
My first time coming here, Charles, was for the Magic City Classic. This was back in the mid-'80s, and there was a second tier. But one of the things I'll always remember, you see the track or the remnants of the track on both sidelines. During the Magic City Classic back in the day, they would allow fans promenade around the entire field. And one of my fondest memories of watching the promenade during the Magic City Classic, there was a couple that was dressed in matching fur, and they were walking so slow track they were going backwards.
Oh God. Just sucking it all in, right? Into the second quarter we go. As we head into the second quarter, Michael Franklin, the senior quarterback, 8 of 12 passing, 67 completion rate at 71 yards, and 1 touchdown to Preston Parker already to his credit. TU flips his field now. They'll go right to left in this second quarter of play, leading 10-0. Franklin, right side, slides, fires, batted around, and incomplete. To get it to Parker, who was on a crossing route near midfield.
Singing Franklin's praises. There was a dangerous pass into double coverage. Fortunate that wasn't picked off and was tipped by one of the Miles defense. Well, one thing that you notice about Franklin also, his shoulder pads, he has a tendency to make very effective ball fakes that also will throw off defensive backs if they're trying to watch his body language.
Sure. On that pass, looked like he threw it to an area versus where Parker was. Parker was beyond that double coverage, but Michael threw it, as you referenced, right into the area with the jerseys. Second down now on the ground. Rouser with it, trying to get a block at the corner. Scoots past one tackler and got some positive yardage on a play that Or we were away on a third down pass. Michael Franklin able to hit Preston Parker on the sideline on a 3rd and 13, and TU back in business down at the 13-yard line of the Golden Bears, trying to notch in another score here in this first half of play. Franklin with the snap, look to his right, now it's the middle in double coverage, trying to get it in there, the Parker, but a good defense there by the Golden Bears in the secondary.
Ashton Whitfield for Miles College had coverage right in the middle of the end zone, about 5 yards deep.
So incomplete pass. It'll make it 3rd and 9. Franklin lines up in the shotgun. And Rouser joins him to the left. Bears showing blitz, and TU going to have a flag thrown. Had the tight end coming out of his stance that time, anticipating that blitz.
Second time on this drive, a player for Tuskegee with a huge miscue just on a simple snap count. 2 players talking to the offender. They get a 5-yard penalty where they least could afford to have it. They had a 3rd and long as it was. Now this makes this a much more difficult call, bringing up about a 14.
And that'll push him back to the 17-yard line with 10:04 left first half. Converted on a 3rd and 13. See what they do here on a 3rd and 14. Snap to Franklin. Looking, fires across the middle, stumbling on the route. Parker, I believe, caught the football, though. He did. He'll be short of the first down marker, though, at the 6-yard line.
Parker's working against Antonio Reeves, the defensive back. Actually had decent on his back. Reeves was making a play for the ball as Parker was diving for it. They're both trying to make a play. Tuskegee comes away with it, but as it stands, a 4th down that they're going to try to go for from the 7.
For an effort, correction there, Olsen on that previous catch for Tuskegee. 4th down and a full 4 here. TU look at clock working his way toward 5. They won't come out here and probably get this out there now. 9:17 left in this first half. Tuskegee line of scrimmage likely trying to see if they could Golden Bears to jump. Since they didn't do that, so elects to go for it on 4th or bring on the field goal unit. 9:17 left first half of play. You're up 10-0 here, Lassiter. What do you do?
Well, you know, it's interesting. Your next last game of the year, the opportunity to go by more scores, it's a little bit of a tricky call. If you don't pick it up, you force Miles to start their next drive inside the 10. If you do pick it up, you get a nice boost. We've seen Tuskegee struggle on offense, so head coach Aaron James is going to
Back live here at Legion Field. Apologize again for the technical difficulties. A little bit trouble getting our Wi-Fi out here at Legion Field, but play 50s on a couple of further down 25-yard line of the Golden Tigers Tuskegee. So the Golden Bears with a chance to cash in here after Tuskegee missed on that field goal attempt on the other end of the field. Vandiver ends up in loudest to Israel. He will fake it and dump the flats. One-handed catch there at the sideline, but wrapped up immediately after the catch is Taryn Brown, the sophomore to out the Golden Bear program from Allen University. Pick up maybe one on the catch.
Vandiver with the trickeration of his own time, making fake and then faking it as if to run towards the line, only to pull it back and throw the pass to the near sideline. That's something that we have seen from Miles all afternoon, a disguised as a run, disguised as a pass.
All of the above, huh? Golden Tiger defense now on a third down for the Golden Bears. Vandiver feels the pressure, rolls right side, trying to get a receiver to come up behind the line of scrimmage. Bounce near the 20.
Give credit to Tuskegee's defense, Charles, getting the pressure on Vandiver. The only player that opened way downfield was one of the wide receivers, Howard, looks like. Let me correct that. Gatewood. He was away from him, and he couldn't spot him. Tuskegee had excellent coverage in the middle of the zone.
That'll bring up a 4 now, and the Golden Bears will bring their place kicker. Try to see if they on the scoreboard. It'll be Greek Reed, freshman. 6 in the conference, 7 of 11 in field goal attempts. Will be a 38-yard effort. Reed, before he does that, though, time out on the football.
He's done effectively, Charles. If you can give the quarterback a lot of problems because he doesn't have the vision to survey across the total width of the football field. That time, Tuskegee did an excellent shutting off that of the field that the quarterback was rolling towards.
Snatch, you're right. You do take away some of the turf when you're rolling one side. Golden Bears take a time out here. Suggesting they may be thinking about this field goal that on the 4 Reed is 47 yards within his range. They took a time out. Line up a field goal.
30.
DU pass. Waiting on the snap. They're trying to get Tuskegee to jump. They had a bad snap on that one. Reed got it airborne. And Reed able to barely eke it. Crossbar at the bottom for the field goal. And the Golden Bears of Miles College first points of the ball game.
A steam on it, but enough points. I said ball seemed to reach about the 10-yard line and just start to fade.
Sure.
And fortunately for the kicker, it faded just enough inside the left.
Yeah, have gas in the attempt to the player. He was able to kind of through the to get it across the lead.
Goal, and Miles says you're going to get the touchdown, but at least we're on the score.
But it was a pretty sustained. He needed to get
Wi-Fi situation here at and upgrades have been by the legislature.
About it. It's been a part of the history of Birmingham, Alabama for so long that they recognize the value of it as a property and willing to continue to.
Well, talk about the old gray lady. This stadium will turn 100 years in 20. So one can imagine as you look at stands, see the form, see through the concrete stands. So there's a lot of work to be done. If Birmingham wants to in this stadium, it's used historically for the Magic City Classic, which is probably the biggest game that it hosts.
Yeah, utilities. It's more than a notion to maintain them throughout the course of its existence year to year. Golden Bears get the 3 points on the field goal. They'll kick it away. TU set to go back on offense. Hall will catch this one, tiptoe at the sideline to run it back up to the middle of the football field. Spins past the 25 up near the 26-yard line where TU again.
Hall did next, making the catch at about the 15-yard line, maintaining his balance as he was leaning towards the sideline, regaining
see how the offense of Tuskegee plays it here, whether they're on the corner or just straight up the gut. Tuskegee went there, and Mulba runs it for the first.
And what I like, what the 200-pound Mulba did, he covered up with both hands as he's going straight ahead.
Mulba looking for space, same result. Up the middle, on this in the goal territory.
Mulba, to his space, he let go with one hand to get a little more momentum. Had one hand on the football, picks up another first.
And you make a great point. There's a difference in running style when you're protecting aggressively. 40 out, taking on the football field. I think the Golden Bears are taking this time out. They're right now just on their heels and trying, in terms of trying to understand or stop that Golden Tiger straight ahead run.
Seen him mobile to the sideline. With his head down, and one of the players came up the sideline to give him and encourage those last two plays.
Yeah, right up Mulba's top of that blocking scheme for run has been great. In Birmingham, the afternoon. On the ground is Mulba again. Zena pushing that'll pick up the
play in a row that he's carried off for significance. This is a huge with the clock running to 2.5 remaining and a half.
This time has his legs cut from under him right side as he stumbles past the line of scrimmage. May have gotten the yard.
Now that time Mulba covered up with.
And the officials do and stop play at that 2-minute mark. That's what Michael was looking at the sideline, kind of see where they're going to.
He was waiting at scrimmage. The clock struck 2 minutes, and it was probably about a 7-second delay before the officials decided to stop play.
Sure, they're not really laying attention to where they stop. 2 minutes after 10-3 over the course of Gray, Sapp, McGowan, Gray, and Nathanson. It is. Law located on the square in historic Tuskegee, Alabama. Injury, wrongful death, civil rights, real estate situation. Just like the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, we are your hometown legal team. Please call us at 334-727-4830. Glad to have them a part of our One Tuskegee sponsorship team. With Tuskegee Athletic. Football game here this afternoon at Legion Field. Golden Tigers and the Golden Bears, Miles College. And Mark, we'll look quickly looking at the Thanksgiving when we'll be back in Montgomery against the state in the Turkey Day Classic.
Now, I understand it is a traditional game, and I understand some traditions are just habit for people. But Alabama State in 2025 is no joke, and Tuskegee would be wise to take full advantage of the 2.5 weeks of rest to get prepared for the Hornets.
Yeah, nice call on that. They met the Tigers at State early in this football season and saw some of the differences between programs like that at that level and where we are at Division II level. And it'll be the same against Alabama State. But as you referenced, that is a ball game. It's just premise. And Tuskegee will come in every attempt to overthrow State.
Well, Alabama State and Jackson State are the class of the SIAC. So Tuskegee will have its hands full for Thanksgiving.
After the 2-minute break here at the end of this first half of play, Tuskegee, the 39 half of the goal up in shotgun. White jerseys and helmets.
I love the lake. It's like one of the few places I can just let go and be myself. I really love it here.
At halftime, Frank ball fake, looks upfield, now shoots one guy wide open. That's Parker.
Franklin, a ball throw. Scores.
Franklin, as you referenced, kind of dancing on those toes a little bit to his right, waiting for free. Parker down above the ends, defender a couple of yards later, right in there, and on another score here in this first after through, and Tuskegee extends its lead to 17-3.
Well, you've heard the expression, what you've got till it's gone. Sometimes you never know what you got till it's the field. And Michael Franklin has done an excellent job of directing this Tuskegee offense. It comes into the game only averaging 17 points per game. They have 17 in the first half.
Yeah, it's really kind of summarizing almost the entire season with Tuskegee. When Raekwon Bill went out, first it was Bryson McGrew. And we were saying some of the same type of things about, well, where is this guy been on? He's started.
Tuskegee quarterbacks stay into game. So far, this is effective.
Extend the lead on the kick. This will be the end zone, and Bears will come out.
One thing is certain: Michael probably looked staff in the eye. He can talking.
Absolutely. He has turned in an outstanding first half of football. I don't know if you saw him through it, headed toward the sideline. The first person to greet him coming off the field, brother. So they'll go sit on. I could shoot out there and further go.
At 6'1", Gatewood is an excellent target. That time did an excellent job hacking the catch away from his body.
Vandiver wants to go quicker. He'll take the snap. Short drop, looking upfield. Dumps it on the check down to the receiver, working toward the sideline. To the interior after the catch is Tifton Dobbs, the redshirt junior. And Dobbs probably better served to go out of bounds, but he turned it back to the inside instead.
Now you talk target for Miles. Dobbs is 6'6". So as he's going on that short pattern facing his quarterback, easy to find in the middle of the field.
14 catches for Dobbs coming his ball soon. Vandiver looking upfield now. Here comes the pressure by T. Dump it off to a check down man. Bottom of the screen. That's Thomas on the grab and around 45-yard line.
Vandiver had Gatewood whopping at the line. I see him. Gatewood turns back to the line of scrimmage with his hands on hips, knowing that if he had a chance to get a play on that ball, he would have had some.
Clock run team, they didn't knock it out, so Vandiver got to go quickly here. Steps up in the pocket, hops one defender. The stage shoots it at the Scotter. How about that? Made by Mobley. And how about Vandiver just hopping over one Tuskegee tackler and almost wrapped up before that football free and thrown down.
Flag thrown after that play. One thing that's baffling about Miles' offense, they have some receivers. Mobley is 6'1", 215. Another big body receiver made an excellent catch coming back for the football.
So the Golden Bears, the timeout.
That's what will happen in a rivalry.
Sure, that call as your reference going against the goal because of Tuskegee on sportsmanlike conduct after that catch made downfield.
The bad news, that's half the distance. So Miles College will set up shop all the way down to the Tuskegee yard line, showing signs.
Before the end.
In Macy to hold you.
Back out there. Hold free. This will be a 32-yard effort. And whistles and a timeout taken by Tuskegee before the field goal.
That would look at Miles had snapped that ball without a hold.
I don't know how you just kick it out of the air.
Back in the day, you could try that drop kick. Is that valid in college?
I don't think it would count as a kick. I think it would count more as a punt. Probably.
Now, for those of you listening in that have never heard the expression or the term drop kick, the kicker would literally kick it on the short hop.
Yeah,
that's football.
That's a specialty there.
Seems like a lot can go wrong with that kick. It's probably why it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I think that's maybe why they did away with it. Just couldn't rely on it.
You're saying it's obsolete for a reason.
Yeah. So after timeout now, Golden Bears will line up for this 32-yard effort. Movement by Tuskegee, and they'll get an additional 5 yards. Charging in on that was K1 Kimber from his line position.
Again, after the penalty, Tuskegee players rush in. Call as if gathered 20 yards.
Kimber goes sideline. Move football. Still Golden. One offside. So now they're down at the 7-yard. Okay. And they set for the 27 effort. Snap clean by Reed. And Reed pushed it through for the Golden Bears. Miles College with no time left on the clock. So for the Golden Bears, they got to see that arc of good news to finish this first half of play. Taking that football and driving it, that first half to a close. They cut the deficit. Tuskegee's lead now 18 over the Golden Bears of Miles College. We come in the first half play here at Legion Field. McNeil will be able to through the time show here on GTS. Then stay with us.
Broadcast coverage of Golden Tigers athletics is brought to you by the following. The U.S. Coast Guard, always ready. Booster digital displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. Alabama Power, for the service of Alabama. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Yellowwood, a better backyard awaits. Home Depot, how doers get more done. Utilities Board of Tuskegee, purpose, progress, people. Coca-Cola, enjoy the moment with a Coca-Cola. Tuskegee Federal Credit Union, serving the people of Tuskegee and the surrounding community since 1938. TLAT Media, step by step, TLAT Media makes your business grow. And by Advertising Solutions, from concept to conversion, we are your advertising solution.
It's the final game of the SIAC season for the Golden Tigers. Inside of Legion Field in Birmingham, Charles McNeil here to bring you all the action with the TU Halftime Report. It's presented by Alabama Power. Me and the GTSN team are glad that you decided to join us And we're still on an emotional high coming off of our homecoming win last weekend, 18-13. Of course, this is the 67th meeting between the Golden Tigers and Golden Bears. And we had plenty of first half action, especially for Mother Tuskegee. Freshman signal caller Bryson McGrew, he had an MRI on his knee, and that forced him out of action. So coming out of that homecoming game, we had to go to another signal caller. So why not go to a senior in Michael Franklin, who he got us started. Man, did he ever get us started in great fashion. First series, he used his arms and his legs on a sustained drive over 4 minutes and 45 seconds, and Franklin put the Tuskegee Golden Tigers in the end zone for a 7-0 lead. It was my man Lorkin who came through big time with the field goal to close out that opening quarter, and Tuskegee with a 10-0 advantage. They continued their mastery in the second half, and of course in the second quarter, that is, and with that, they lead it at the break. With the former Golden Bears assistant Aaron James in the locker room, you know he's telling his team just continue to rinse and repeat. As I said in the pregame show, it worked in the first half, so let's see if we can get it going for another 30 minutes of action. And with also recently named Golden Bears Hall of Famer and TU Director of Athletics Reginald Ruffin in the building, the Golden Tigers have a game plan for victory today. So let's hope that they can keep things rolling. Excited to see what they do in that second half. We've had a couple of games this season where we've let those first half leads get away from us. So prayerfully, things will continue with the halftime score of 17-3 in favor of the Golden Tigers. And you know what? A lot of times when you win a game, especially the last game of your conference schedule, it means a lot. It bodes well for the success of a squad moving forward. Coming up, we hope to be able to bring you the performance of the Crimson Piper Marching Band. We've had some technical difficulty throughout, but I believe we're getting closer and closer to the opportunity for you to hear from the #1 band in the land. Man, did they ever put on a show during homecoming as well. Folks were on their feet. You heard their performance both in the shed and on the field during our pregame show, the TU Game Day Live pregame show, brought to you by our good friends who get it done each and every day at the U.S. Coast Guard. So if they are ready, let's bring you a little taste of the Crimson Piper Marching Band. The Crimson Piper Marching Band, entertaining the crowd, bringing it as they always do. Let's take a break on the TU Halftime Report, but coming up next, it's our halftime stats and the SIAC scoreboard. That's coming up next when we return right after this.
I'm Will Sparrow, Director of the Tuskegee Lift Academy, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Yep, I'm get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game.
Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
And we welcome you back. It's time to check out your first half numbers. Rushing all day, every day for Tuskegee. Did they really get it done? 82 yards on the ground, as Tuskegee was able to do so on just 18 carries during the contest. Conversely, the Golden Tigers defense has been stingy on the ground against Miles. The Golden Bears struggling to get out of their cave, as they had 10 rushes for only 9 yards in that first half. So that's 0.9 yards per carry compared to almost 5 yards per carry for Tuskegee. On the reception side, Tuskegee quarterback took care of business. That's Michael Franklin, 15 of 21 passing for 156 yards in that opening half. And with that, that's 10.4 yards per reception. On the other side, for Miles, their quarterback certainly did his best, as he had 7 receptions from his receivers, 7 of 9 passing, with an interception in that first half. He threw for 92 yards in the opening half of play. 39 plays for Tuskegee, 238 yards of total offense in that first half, compared to 19 plays, only 19 plays, 20 less than Tuskegee, and 101 in total offense for the home team. Other numbers of interest, of course, we talked about the turnover. The one turnover is Tuskegee came up with the pick, and it was a big one. Hawthorne coming up with the interception in that first half. No turnovers on the part of Tuskegee, always a very good thing. And on the other side, penalty-wise, we were the most penalized team, 5 penalties for 35 yards, but just 3 penalties for 35 yards for Miles in this first half. Time of possession, domination, total domination for Tuskegee. 20 minutes and 6 seconds of total offensive possessions for the Golden Tigers. As for the Golden Bears, 9 minutes and 54 seconds total. 6 of 8 on third down conversions and 1 of 4 in third down conversions. So that's a look at your numbers in this first half. And when our halftime report continues, we'll bring you up to speed on the SIAC scoreboard, with 3 teams still trying to get that conference title game. Only 2 spots left, so don't go anywhere.
Broadcast coverage of Golden Tigers athletics is brought to you by the following: the U.S. Coast Guard, always ready. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. Alabama Power, for the service of Alabama. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Yellowwood, a better backyard awaits. Home Depot, how doers get more done. Utilities Board of Tuskegee, purpose, progress, people. Coca-Cola, enjoy the moment with a Coca-Cola. Tuskegee Federal Credit Union, serving the people of Tuskegee and the surrounding community since 1938. TLAT Media, step by step, TLAT Media makes your business grow. And by Advertising Solutions, from concept to conversion, we are your advertising solution.
And we welcome you back to our halftime report, the TU halftime report, presented by Alabama Power. Charles McNeil here. We're in the Magic City of Birmingham, and in need of a win to close out our conference schedule. Your halftime score: TU 17, Miles College 3. Taking a quick look at the tail of the tape for these teams, as we touched on it, the Golden Tigers have dominated this series. In our pregame show, we told you all about it, as they're in search for yet another victory in this long-standing series. Both teams have struggled to score this season, but both have, struggled to hold opponents out of the end zone as well. So despite their struggles, you see TU with already 17 points on the board, and that is a very good thing. A win by the Golden Tigers or the Golden Bears in their last conference game can mean big momentum heading into the spring football season. You see at the bottom, our last meeting last year, 37-7 in favor of this tough team from Miles. So maybe turnabout is fair play, an opportunity to turn things around and get us a victory. And now let's take out a look at the schedule of action happening in the conference today. With Central State having the day off, we begin in Columbia, South Carolina. It's 3-2 Edward Waters at 1-4 Allen. And they're in the third quarter with EWU trailing the Yellow Jackets in a shocker 34-16 in the 2025 AME Classic. Wow. Let's head over to West Georgia now, where Fort Valley State welcomed in a squad that is looking to secure the SIAC regular season title. Right now, the undefeated Golden Rams of Albany State are pounding the third place Wildcats 35-3 at the break in the Fountain City Classic. The Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State, they're on the road at Lane. It's halftime of that one, and your score 24-0 in favor of the T-Breds. We have a battle of Tigers on the coast of Georgia at Savannah State hosting Benedict. A win by BC coupled with a Kentucky State win and an Albany State loss would be a three-way tie for the regular season title. Albany State has the tiebreaker and will host the SIAC championship game next week down in Albany. But right now, the Benedict Tigers lead the Savannah State Tigers 7-0. That one's at halftime. And in the final SIAC game of the regular season, it'll kick off at 5 p.m. Central when 3-4 Morehouse faces their rival Clark Atlantic, who enters the game with a 1-6 record. Now that's a look at college football on this Saturday. Remember, alumni, if you have a business or know someone who does, we would love to help them and make them shine here on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. You see my contact at the bottom of the screen. My contact information's right there. Please reach out to me at any time or email us, goldentigersportsnetwork@gmail.com. Once again, that's goldentigersportsnetwork@gmail.com. So that does it for the TU Halftime Report presented by Alabama Power. Charles McNeil tossing a screen pass to my brothers Charles Ward and Mark Lassiter. You know they'll make the reception and take it to the house. And they'll bring you second half action of TU versus Miles. This is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Listen up. That's the world, and it's begging to be explored. Hear it? It's talking to that part of you that doesn't buy what everyone's selling. The part that understands you get you better than anyone. And that you deserve the freedom to create your own flight plan. This is your office in the sky. It's where you chase the horizon, create connections, and turn every destination into a chance for exploration. Not only of where you are, but who you are. And this sound, it's the sound of you saying,
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is your captain speaking.
Are you ready to soar? The Lift Academy. Explorers wanted.
I grew up coming out to this land. There's just something special about it. I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's really important to me.
C-SPY is a prestigious scholarship, a world-class leadership training program, and a ticket to a rewarding career as an officer in the United States Coast Guard. C-SPY is an opportunity for students attending minority-serving institutions that goes beyond paying for 2 years of tuition and other college expenses. Once accepted, you'll be a member of the Coast Guard, earning a full-time salary, plus medical benefits, and a housing allowance. While continuing your full-time studies, you'll get to learn about life in the Coast Guard firsthand. You'll quickly find that the Coast Guard is unique from the other military branches. It's a different kind of service, with crews of like-minded people who perform life-saving missions every day and protect our environment and communities. If you're ready to step up as a leader and help us make the world a better place, then visit gocoastguard.com/CSPI to learn more or talk to a recruiter.
Broadcast coverage of Golden Tigers athletics is brought to you by the following. The U.S. Coast Guard, always ready.
Going to sort out a couple of things here. To line of scrimmage, the 20-yard line. Assessment against Tuskegee as we come back to our, and the football up to the 37-yard line. So the Golden Bears will have a fresh set of downs, or it'll be second down. Should be first from there. 37 now. The chain crew's got that right. We're going to action now. On the ground, Vandiver gives it straight at Thomas. Not a whole lot of room on the left side of that Tuskegee defense.
Miles has had much success up the middle of the field running the football. Tuskegee has been really tied. Their defensive backs also are playing closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating the run play.
Second down effort here for the Golden Bears. Lively halftime before the purple marching machine from Miles College, and of course, Crimson Piper Tuskegee. Vandiver fires across, man on a crossing route there. Catch made. He'll lose one defender. Now it's a foot right side, working back to the inside, and inside of the 25-yard line is James Gatewood. He's flirting with success all game long, receiving ground gainer there.
Once the freshman made the catch at the 30, he opened up his stride like a track man. Incredible burst. Tuskegee not able to catch up with him until those extra yards after the catch. Miles is threatening instantly early in this third quarter.
We were asking about that first drive after the break right there at the 24 of TU. 12:50 left, third quarter of play. Van shotgun. Ball fake. Vanderbilt got a man on a crossing route. We'll see a flag coming in. Michael King doing everything he can to prevent that from being a touchdown grab. He was all over the top of the intended receiver. So that'll put the football well inside the red zone as they were trying to go up top to Quintavious Swain, third freshman.
Swain was in the middle of the end zone, clapping his hands on both knees, knowing that he got the bit of the penalty call. An excellent burst, 6'3", 185, another freshman receiver. If Miles is sending any signals, we're going to be tough to deal with this young receiving core in a couple of years.
No doubt about it. They have come out of that locker room with a definite idea what they want to do with the football, and so far been very successful.
They haven't been able to run the football, and if Tuskegee cannot get pressure on the passing game, it's going to be trouble.
Vanderbilt lines up, ball fake, shoot across the middle, pulls incomplete. TU almost with an interception there, coming into the back of that batted football.
Vanderbilt is trying to hit Swain on the crossing pattern. Swain working from left to right of the field, right at about the 3-yard line, had his hand on the football, was tipped, and there were two Tuskegee backs in the neighborhood, both diving for the football, no one able to recover it. As it stands, Miles College, second down call coming up.
It was Michael McGuire, the nearest Golden Tiger to that football. Second down on the ground. They'll keep it straight ahead, banging and spinning inside of the 5 on the carry for the Maroon. For the Golden Bears is Roderick Thomas, and good job by him on the inside.
Thomas is 6 foot 205, another skill player for Miles. Nothing fancy. In between the tackles, there's a flag thrown right at the 4-yard line, signaling that it is coming up against Tuskegee. The referees are sorting it out right at about the 13-yard line. We'll see what but Miles, out of the locker room, a very different team than we saw in the first half. Some decisive plays, moving the ball inside the red zone against Tuskegee.
The way you see Thomas's body turn backwards inside the 5 almost indicates a face mask there. About to get here, but we do believe it'll be going against Tuskegee. Necessary rough air for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. So that'll be Golden Bears half the distance to the goal line.
The officials coming to the side now, retreating as if they're headed to the red. They're at the 50. They're at the 40. The replay tent is all the way at the opposite end of the field at the yard line. So they're going to sort this one at double check on the penalty call, a legal hand call.
Well, the one thing I know that during the preseason conversation with the Sky staff, the production put together this replay mechanism. One of the things they're noting for are targeting instances. Looking at that,
what I want to know is why would they put the at the 10-yard line as opposed to somewhere near field, or at least you have all this space behind the Miles College bench? Why would you put it in that far corner?
Well, I think by rule you can't put it where the players are inside of the hash marks here behind the bench.
Well, what about the 30? Right behind the bench there, it seems to be an open area, but at the 10, it seems to waste a lot of time for the officials to have to go little yards from one hill to the other just to see what the call is. Now they're coming back, and they've got this jog coming back in the other direction.
Yeah, both calls were reviewed to our right. Yeah, that's exactly what they were looking for. They were looking for that targeting call. That's the one reason that this system was put in place, that the officials can make the call themselves on is targeting, and they determined there was not a targeting call. So on the kick, Golden Bears will have it at the 3-yard line of Tuskegee.
Like any new system, got to work out the technical bugs to make sure that it works efficiently in the context of a game.
Yeah, like I said, we've seen it only 2 on this end, which means they have to make that long run. Perhaps if you see one or the other, you have a different opinion if they just have to come right off the field. But hadn't seen that yet. Both have been sprints. And the official in now, and they're going to call, wow, can you believe that? Coming off of that delay of game, looks like it's going to be a legal procedure call. And the Golden Bears, I know we've talked about it all season long, last, is that the difference between the teams that are at the conference and the ones that are just struggling to get through are the ones that are able to stay poised, composed, and avoid hurting yourself with penalties. Bears get pushed back 5 on that. We'll see what the impact will be of that 5. Vanderver. Shotgun. He'll keep it on the ground. They go to reverse. This may work well, but Tuskegee and then they get a pass up the field of Vanderver. Reversed it, and they threw it from behind the line of scrimmage. And boy, with that play there, the Golden Bears scored.
Something you don't see every day, a double reverse into a pass play into the corner of the end zone for the touchdown for Mike. Extremely creative on that last second down call, and all of a sudden we have a game.
Indeed, it's Vanderver that's on the reception there for the Golden Bears. Their quarterback, he scores pass on the reverse. So as you reference, good call there by the Golden Bears in terms of offensive scheme. On the double pass, they score the touchdown. Reed on point after. And Reed knocks it through for the Golden Bears and Miles College, and it's on that first possession from the break. They cash in.
Well, what we have now is good old-fashioned backyard football. Both coaches going deep in their playbooks. Miles College coming out of the locker room, led by Chris Good. They decide to go with a rare double reverse catch by the quarterback in the end zone to bring them within 4 points of Tuskegee. Dominating the first house, I would say, over the last 15 minutes has dominated this ball game.
Yeah, coming back, they certainly have.
Well, also picking up on where they were late in the second quarter.
Indeed.
It's kind of a continuation for how the first half.
They'll make it 17-13 after the touchdown there, and Tuskegee getting set to get them for the first time in the second half, and they'll do so with a different complexion of this football game altogether.
What's rare for Tuskegee, Charles, is that Tuskegee has not played with a lead a lot this season. They've had a lot of fallen behind early and had to really play from behind. Now with a lead and being challenged with that lead, their option now is how do they answer Miles College, which is drawing closer and closer. Only a 4-point difference just underway in the third quarter.
Things tight there at Legion Field.
The Miles College machine band right below us. I would say that per capita, based on the size of the school in relationship to the size of the band, Miles College has got to have the largest band per capita of any HBCU.
Oh, no doubt about it. That is that one Division II band that competes with all of the Division I FCS schools across the country. At halftime, they were actually announcing the competition just won a while ago with the ESPN band, that Purple Marching Machine, that really has some national cake. And a few years back when we did Miles College football, that was one of our reference points, because then they had over 300 members of their band, which is very rare for Division II. So the Golden Bears get on the scoreboard here in the second half. Their first touch football game to go along with 2 field goals. Jacob Andrews throw to Vanderver for the touchdown. On the kick now, Rouser catches it over the shoulder. TU fakes a reverse straight ahead. Or past the 25, stumbles ahead near the 27-yard line.
Rouser faked Leverett. We haven't called a lot this evening. Leverett's 5'9", 190. He was circling back. Take a reverse on the kickoff. That's something that may be filed for later reference, as there may have been leverage to operate.
So TU on that kick return trying to answer some of the trickery from the Golden Bears with a fake on the return. And they'll start from the 25. 11:43 left in the third. First opportunity for Michael Franklin and the Golden Tigers in the second half. Kamoku in there at the fullback position. They're going to run him up the middle now, and they'll swing it toward the outside. Hopping over a defender there is Johnny Morris in very trademark fashion. Johnny comes down near the 40-yard line.
This could be a Johnny Morris feature drive as the players are scuffling as they untangle right at the 42-yard line. Nice run by Morris on the outside hint, and then the cutback up using his speed to flash into space. First down, Tuskegee.
So Morris with a there. And the football will be at the 40-yard line. Franklin in shotgun. Kamoku to his right as an up back. Now they'll slide him to the left. TU right to left in the third on your listening device. Across the middle, in and out of the hands of Parker, and almost picked the Golden Bear secondary.
Ball was right into the hands of Joshua McDonald, who was dropping in coverage, had the ball hit him in the chest and bounce away.
TU with a break right there. Parker let that one slide right through his hands. And TU will keep the football. Second down and 10 after the incompletion.
That's the second pass we've seen Franklin get away with in traffic, getting a little bit uneasy with some of his throws.
They'll go on the ground. Morris looking for room, try over another defender there. Got airborne, comes down near the 46. And Morris just unafraid to give up the ball over a defender that was almost full tilt in his stance and got airborne, got that one leg caught.
Now here comes that third down call again. A third down and 5 for Tuskegee from their 5-yard line. This is a first down you have to stop the momentum of Miles College.
Nice call. Total Franklin in shotgun. Hard snap count there. And they'll look back to the sideline. Play clock working at 5.
If you don't stop their momentum, at least slow it down a tad.
3. They got to get off here. They do. Franklin with the snap. Slide left. Here comes the pressure. Now rolls right side. See if he'll tuck and run for it. Franklin slides down near the 49-yard line. Took a hard shot there. A flag coming in at the back of that play. We'll see if they look at this with targeting because Franklin was on the surface.
You can see the Tuskegee sideline pleading with the officials on the far side. Franklin goes into a slide about a yard shy of the first down. He's going feet first as if he's going into second base, but did take a shot as he was prone on the field. The officials are trying to sort it out. If this is a first down for Tuskegee, that is a huge call for them.
Franklin talked about him in the early spots in this ball game against Lane College with Tuskegee. He played in that ball game, threw a couple of passes to his brother Franklin, and on one of the touchdown passes they were celebrating at the end, and he dislocated his shoulder. That's why he wasn't since that ball game. There, after that slide down, saw him coming back to the field of play, kind of flexing that shoulder. Hopefully no ill effects of the contact there.
It is going to be a flag against dead ball penalty, and Tuskegee breathes a sigh of relief as they will next snap from the Miles 37-yard line as a benefit of the pickup on that huge third down call. Tuskegee Abbott back at the line of scrimmage looking to the sideline for the play call. Franklin is very close to that territory where he's had some success throwing the deep out route to his receivers.
So fresh set of downs for Tuskegee from the third of the Golden Bears. 9:08 left in the third. Hall in motion left side. T. Brown looking for some space at the corner. He's got some space there. This is Morris trying to get to the sideline. Johnny finally wrestled up out of bounds, Miles side of the field. A couple of coaches taken out on that play for the Golden Bear coaching staff, but he's up okay with a good recognition there. But Mark, we got a flag coming in the backfield.
Well, that's the good news. I think the bad news is there's going to be a illegal block through Preston Parker of Tuskegee right at about the 42-yard line.
Trying to come back to help on it. They'll get Parker for, they call it a hold there, trying to at least get these for Morris to run side. Play will come back, and TU will be pushed back near midfield.
This is where, like you mentioned, penalties come into play. Tuskegee had some momentum going, had a nice little pick up to be nullified by this penalty. They'll be snapping this next one from the 48-yard line.
First down. 1st and 20 for Tuskegee. Franklin, Hall, and now break back to side. Ball fake. Franklin, quick drop in the pocket. Pressure. Fires upfield through the pick. Then to the hands of Starkey. And he'll work it back down on the other end of the field for the Golden Bears. As you were talking, beg your pardon, is Curtis Bryant on the pick. But the throws by Franklin getting a little bit more dangerous as the ball game has unfolded. And that in the hands of Bryant.
Franklin's trying to hit Preston, but it's double right at about the line. Excellent pursuit and coverage on that. They will shut up shop, drive inside the Tuskegee 34-yard line on the pick.
So Franklin trying to go upfield, that no doubt about it, threw it right into the hands of Bryant and right into the hands of the Golden Bear. Off chance for them to take a lead if they're able to convert a touchdown here. They're at the 34 of Tuskegee. Now the Golden Tiger defense has got to step up here. Golden Bears made easy work of it on their last possession. They keep the momentum after the interception. Vanderver with this, a throw back to him again. Vanderver looking upfield, got a man behind the coverage. Pass goes incomplete. Tried to sandwich it in between Quakon Kimber on the defensive end and not able to complete that pass. I think the Golden Tiger covering on that. That was Bernard Johnson.
Tuskegee's defensive backs did an excellent job of not biting on fake as Miles is getting more and more creative, opening up their passing game, unlike what they did in the first half. They're showing that they haven't shown so far, and Tuskegee's having a difficult time reacting.
Looking at the replay, too. All right, Mark, that receiver was open on the play. Movement up front for Tuskegee Bears will have a free play here. Coming in now is Vanderver. Throws it back, trying to get something started here, knowing it's a free play, but they'll get the 5 yards.
Talk about backyard football. Well, that play just from the snap. As the Tuskegee front wall jumped, Vanderver understood that he had a free play. He's trying to weave Bob, trying to find some open space. Got the pass away. So a flag down at the 33. So we may be here a minute because both these teams are committing penalties on just every other play.
That was Jacoby crossing the line, encroaching there for the Golden Tide. Push the Golden Bears closer to the end zone. At 8:14 left in the third. Scoring showing Tuskegee now 10 penalties in this football game. On the ground, Golden Bears run it the wave of the Tuskegee defense down to the yard line, and they pick up enough for that first down on the carry. Tuskegee's got to do something. It's momentum squarely behind the Golden Bears of Miles now.
Well, the fact that Tuskegee has not been able to sustain anything on offense, Miles College is just wearing their defense down.
Temperature 76 degrees when this football game started, but dropping down a little temperature. Hopefully that'll help them stave off some of this. But on the ground, Golden Bears just pushed that one straight ahead for about 2.
I like the idea about the weather report, but I don't care how warm or cold it is. If your defense is on the field for a long period of time, it's not going to. You can just tell in between plays how the Tuskegee defense is just moving around a little less animated than they were in the first half. They're bouncing in and out of a huddle. They have a sense that something is getting ready to happen in their favor.
I think you're absolutely right. You felt it coming along since this second half has started. They are at the 20 Tuskegee now. 7:03 left in the third. Vanderver with the snap. Drops in the pocket. Looks. Fires underneath. Got the man there. Catch is made there by Mobley. But Mobley may have gotten 2 yards on the catch. Not a whole lot.
Michael McGuire on coverage about the 15-yard line did an excellent job of driving on the pass as it was in the air, making contact, wrapping up, and shutting that play down for no going.
That'll bring up a third down here for the Golden Bears. 6:33 left in the third. And the 17-13 lead over the Golden Bears. Tuskegee defense trying to hold them out of the end zone. 4 up front for TU. Mobley in motion for the Bears. Now they set with slots either side. Vandiver looks upfield, got a running lane there. Oh, he'll good ball fake there by Vandiver. Jumps over one tackler, and I think he got in. He did for the Golden Bears of Tuskegee.
We are taking advantage of Tuskegee going into deep drop. Cuts back to the middle of the field. No one home for Tuskegee. He just splits the defense, leaps into the and scores the 6 for Miles.
Yeah, he had straight drop, and then a little bit of pressure. Saw a lane to the left side, took it, had a receiver out there in the flat defender for Tuskegee with just a little ball fake out of the defender. Vandiver able to leap over the defender and into the end zone down. And just like that, Miles has come out and they lead the football game 19-17 with one to try the point after. Kick by Reed, and he knocks it through for Miles College, and the Golden Bears go up by 20-17. He would 7 left in the third. Let's take a break here on GTF.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game.
Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Back live here at Legion Field, Golden Tigers of Tuskegee fall behind to the Golden Bears of Miles College. Good couple of impressive drives for the Golden Bears after the start of the half with a drive, and they finished the touchdown. And then after the interception of Michael Franklin, they're able to take it the distance.
What a different turnover makes. Now, we talked about Tuskegee leading this series 49-19 with one tie. Miles, which has really been struggling over the past few years with this program, is all of a sudden feeling like, okay, we've got a rivalry game, and now after playing from behind, we've got a lead. The challenge for Tuskegee's Golden Tigers during this time of day is to see if they can mount some type of offense, pick up a few first downs, and slow down Miles at least, because they're feeling themselves.
And you reference that all the way back to the end of the first half of play for the Golden Bears. Once they got that goal, and got a sense that their offensive rhythm was coming around, they carry that into the second half, and right now they lead it by 3.
Miles has done, Charles, has taken advantage of a really gifted but young receiving core. We didn't see much of them in the first, but once they got a little bit of a taste late in the second quarter, it seemed that the coaching staff for Miles said, okay, that's what you can do in the second half. We're going to open up the offense a little bit, and they got a little creative, and as a result, 20-17.
Miles Torrey will kick it. E.J. Hall's deep. Devin Cooper back deep as well for TU. Special teams can make a difference for Tuskegee. This one will come down. Hall to circle it and squeeze it at the 6. To the 10. To his right now, looking for space at the corner. He turns the corner at the 30. Scoops past one defender. A helmet lost there by Miles. All the way up to the 45-yard line. That offense.
I think you're going to get a flag thrown against Tamarcus Grayson of Tuskegee. Flags right back at the 21-yard line. Believed to be a hold or a legal block in the back. What Tuskegee does not want to have for field position to start this drive. Actually, what they're going to get.
I'm amazed you saw that. Consciously, I saw that play. I'm not saying anything about that, but they caught him. You're right. You can see the defender kind of spin around, and Grayson got him in the back.
Well, it's interesting because the officials will normally throw flags in the area where they feel the penalty is. And I just happened to catch that yellow flag right out of the as Grayson is attempting to get that block, and just your heart sinks because Tuskegee, decent run back, only to be penalized on the block.
So instead of the 40-plus yards this possession, TU will be pushed back to the 15. And we push down to 5:51 left in the third. Golden Bears have just gone up after a touchdown on the run by quarterback Vandiver, and they lead it 20-17 now.
And for the Golden Tigers, this is dangerous territory because it really limits your playbook in what you're going to call inside your own red zone.
Franklin on the ground, straight ahead, right side. This may be Desmond Leverett on the Tuskegee. We'll wait till they unpowel it. It comes back to the huddle. No, it's going to be Ronaldo Spivey on that carry for TU. First time Ronaldo's handled the football this afternoon for Tuskegee. He got 4 on the run. Franklin in shotgun. Hall, lone receiver there. They'll keep it on the ground. Ronaldo turned upside down on that carry. We got another good ground gainer that'll make it down in about 3.
Now, Charles, as you know, as a quarterback and as a coach, you throw that one pick, it makes us a little bit more insecure about how your play calling evolves. I'm sure that Franklin wants to make a good showing, be hesitant just a hair coming off that last interception. As you can see, the last 2 running plays are conservative for the Golden Tigers.
Nice call. Under 5 minutes left in the third. They're going to go on the ground again up the middle this time, but the Bears left that out at scrimmage. No gain on the play. That'll bring up a 4.
And sometimes you could be a little bit too conservative. Tuskegee going 3 consecutive days, not able to pick up the first. The bad news for the Golden Tigers, they're going to be punting football from inside 10-yard line.
Nice call, because that really is a testament to what the experience has been all season long for just have not been able to get comfortable with any quarterback after Bill went out. So when you get into these tight situations, not as comfortable back in there.
Well, what happens also, Charles, this is turned into a game of field position. Sure. And the game now, third quarter, has been played on the right half of this field. Not much action to our left.
Tuskegee going to try to run for the first down. Ryan's doing it for you. Larkin able to get it up to the 30-yard line. And a good you to get that first. Beg your pardon, that was Callum Brent, the punter, out there on that carry for Tuskegee. Faking the punt, rolling right side, and able to find enough yardage on the left side to get that first down for Tuskegee.
Well, Brent was rumbling and stumbling at all 6'3", 220 pounds of his to the that picks up the first.
They will keep with 3:36 left. Callum Brent with a great record on that, had open space left side. Franklin and the offense back out on the field. They'll keep it on the ground left side. Leverett down near the 33-yard line. Good first down pickup for Tuskegee.
This is where the run game comes play for Tuskegee. It's a part of the offense that has been a struggle all season. We've seen some bright moments first half. This drive coming off of the score, Miles, Tuskegee has not put the ball in the air yet.
Just getting ready to ask you about that, because TU seemingly feeling they got to go on the ground here. Is that going to be enough? They got stopped on a third down play before they did the fake punt for the run for first down.
Now, here's where power meets power. It's going to come up a 3rd and 1 for the first down for Tuskegee. Well, they didn't get really at the spot I thought they would get. This is going to be about a 3rd and 3. Now, they've not put up. They're operating in their own half of the field. It'd be interesting to see if Tuskegee that they can pick up 3 yards on the ground.
It was Leverett on that carry you're referencing there, Mark. He did not gain anything, so you're right. It's 3rd. We're at 2:15 left in the 3rd. Franklin and the offense got the play from the sideline. Play clock is at Franklin with the snap. Ball fake. Pressure. He'll try to tuck and run for it. Franklin slides past the 44-yard line up near the 45 for the first down.
Franklin's going back to pass with his parallel to the sideline. He picked up that first down almost with a carry going towards the line of scrimmage. Really never got his shoulder square. Got to the line of scrimmage, picked up a few extra yards. First down, Tuskegee.
Crossover step time to get that first down. Got it at the 44. TU With 2 left in the third, they'll keep this football. High snap, Franklin handles. He'll keep it on the ground. Right inside, off that play out right at the line of scrimmage. Leverett on the carry, or correction on that's Bobby on the side, and Ronaldo bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Kamuku goes to the Tuskegee. Ian Nation reports in as an additional receiver for Tuskegee.
Kevin Graham, the defensive back for Miles, was doing so much sideline, they had to remind him to get back to the line of scrimmage and turn upfield. Get ready for the next play.
Second down and 9 way here for Tuskegee. Under a minute remains in the third. Line of scrimmage, the 44-yard line. You with it on their side of the 50.
If this is a run play, we'll be seeing the last play of this quarter.
Coach Aaron James takes a time out here with 39 left in this third on a second down play. So Tuskegee, we still have not seen a pass, the interception. Franklin dropping back, faking pass, but running it for that first down. With another 49 seconds and another quarter of football remaining, at some point you're going to have to come out of just total run offense.
And, I would be very surprised if head coach Aaron James opened up the Tuskegee offense before they got to the Miles 40. He's been known to get very conservative based on field position. And as it stands, even though you've got an important first down to pick up, you not afford another pick, another turnover.
And you referenced the difference playing from in front and behind. Tuskegee in familiar territory here, trailing the Golden Bears 20. We'll be facing a second down when play sets to resume here inside Legion Field.
It's been band high school of sorts here. There are high school bands at Legion Field that have been invited in during pregame, and they're still in the stands. So it's given the game a really interesting atmosphere. They've been taking notes from the Miles College Band. Right below us, I can see the Miles College Band integrated with the high school band. So they're going to perhaps attempt some type of joint musical maneuver.
Well, one thing you're going to see after the ball, the fifth quarter, with the bands continuing to perform as is tradition at HBCU football. The Crimson Piper Band on the opposite side of the field, and as you referenced to our left and down below, it's the Purple Machine for Miles College. They'll go at it, but Miles will have the added benefit of this local with them. That band daunted in that orange and green, looking kind of like the Marching 100. Second and 9 as play is set to resume now. Michael Franklin sets up in the shotgun. They'll 3 receivers to TU going right to left on the listening device. Final 39 seconds of the third. Three up front for the Golden Bears. They anticipate, they look like they're bringing in the backers on either side. Franklin steps in with 12 seconds left clock. And he'll take a high snap. He won't go over his head, rolling back near the 20-yard line. And Tuskegee has to fall on it at the 20-yard line. After the timeout, high snap. It's Tuskegee.
You can see the center Tuskegee just smack himself on the side of that snap by Damian Clark was the last thing Tuskegee needed on offense. Sailed Franklin's head by about 5 yards. He had no chance to catch it on the fly. Did his best job cover it.
So that'll bring up a third down and a 20. But they'll have to wait until the start of the fourth to take a look at that play from the line of scrimmage. We've end the 3 here at Legion Field, and it's the Golden Bears of Miles College who have come from behind, and they lead it 20-7. Take a break on GTSN, bringing the final quarter here after this timeout.
Broadcast coverage of Golden Tigers athletics is brought to you by the following. The U.S. Coast Guard, always ready. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. Alabama Power, for the service of Alabama. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Yellowwood, a better backyard awaits. Home Depot, how doers get more done. Utilities Board of Tuskegee, purpose, progress, people. Coca-Cola, enjoy the moment with a Coca-Cola. Tuskegee Federal Credit Union, serving the people of Tuskegee and the surrounding community since 1938. TLAT Media, step by step, TLAT Media makes your business grow. And by Advertising Solutions, from concept to conversion, we are your advertising solution.
We get ready to start the fourth quarter here from Legion Field in Montgomery and Birmingham, Alabama. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee 20-17 to Miles College. Charles Ward, Mark Lasser with the call. Needless to say, Tuskegee has got to change this flow and momentum of this football game.
You ever have those moments in your life where you thought you had something under control, and for some strange reason, you turned around and it was good. You didn't have the control you thought of, that you had over it. That's how Tuskegee must feel right now, because based on where they started this game in the first and where it is now fourth, it's a totally different ball game in how it feels. Tuskegee was flying high. Miles shut out. They had them shut out. And all of a sudden, Miles is leading on the scoreboard. So now that is when you lose control of something, can you regain control? Now, this fourth quarter, for Tuskegee, it's not going to be just on their offense. Their defense is going to have to come up big as well.
They will start the fourth quarter, third down and very long. 3rd and 28 from their own 21-yard line. High snap play just before the quarter ended.
Notice the stack formation. 3 receivers very tight for Tuskegee to the left of the formation. Now, they've got to be thinking to try to free one of those receivers. You don't need 3 people to catch the ball. You just watch the separation that they're able to maintain with that bunch formation.
On this third down play, we'll see if Tuskegee is kind of liking into a punt here. If they get something completed downfield or maybe an interception, then they'll be close to a punt, but they got to get it at least near midfield to keep the football. TU on the ground, and they'll go with Spivey trying to work it at the right side, and he's knocked down near the line, and that's where Tuskegee will punt the football.
They did the smart thing. Rather than gamble on a big play that could have a big effect, Tuskegee just runs the football. It's going to be up to their punt coverage team and their kicker, Brent, who ran for the last first down, who has been one of the punters in the SIAC, big one here.
The number 1 punter AC. 14:25 left in the ball game.
I said the number 1 punter.
There you go. Still the top, though. You're correct. Brent on the punt couldn't turn it all the way over. Catch made at the 32-yard line. On the return is Jacob Andrews. Andrews near the 36.
Give credit to Marcus Grayson on kick coverage for Tuskegee down the field and the first man to make contact.
First episode of what you just referenced is going to be this Tuskegee defense coming out here with 14:07 left here in this fourth. But they'll wait until after the TV timeout to get on the field. 20-17 lead Golden Bears of Miles College over Tuskegee. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee 3-6 over 2-5 in the SIAC. Trying to knock off their arch rival, the Golden Bears of Miles College.
If they're going to knock off Miles College, Charles, Tuskegee do a much better job with the Miles College receivers who bring size and speed. They don't have big numbers. I was looking through the stats. Miles doesn't stand out at all in terms of the top 20 in anything. Their quarter has a average pass completion rate at 56%. The receivers do not show up, as evidenced in some of those big catches in the third quarter. They've got some talent and speed at that position. It's interesting to see how Miles deploys their receivers against Tuskegee's very gifted D-backs.
Now, Tuskegee at 54 plays, 273 yards of offense, 30 plays, so the goal is at 186 yards of total offense for them. And that's right at the 14 here in the fourth, so these numbers are pretty accurate in terms of where things stand right now.
But you know how rivalry games are. The numbers don't mean a thing. I mean, they're important, and it's nice to know how games are trending. But this fourth quarter, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to claim that the winning team for this game is going to score 27 points.
Golden Bears just a touchdown and a field goal away from that. Tuskegee behind that. They have 17 at this point as we get set to come off the timeout. Golden Bears will have it from their own 30-yard line after the kick.
And for two teams coming in averaging 17 points a game, that's a high-scoring game.
Set in shotgun for the Golden Bears. They go right to left on your device, the fourth. TU up front defensively. Quick hitch pass out in the flats behind the line. Now they turn it upfield on the catch for the Golden Bears. Jamari Riley, and Riley, after going in motion behind the quarterback, and came back out right side.
You know what's unique about Jamari Riley? Another freshman for Miles College. Now, we've mentioned how young they are on offense. They have it going on this year, but if they can keep this group together, they should be really to watch in another year or so.
On the first, Coach Chris Good, so things looking good for the Golden Bears going forward.
You saying things looking good for good?
Yeah, double good. Snap to Vandiver, rolls left side, fires toward line. Catch going to be made there at the 49-yard line. Laying down football for the grab was James Gatewood.
Gatewood, another freshman, 6'1", 180. Called his name a lot in the half of this ball game.
The Golden Bears, you get the sense from Coach Good and the offensive coordinator that they smell something here. Down another touchdown here. Trying to really seal things up.
I think what they're doing effectively, though, Charles, is by establishing their passing game, they're loosening up the Tuskegee defense.
First down play from the 50-yard line. They get to the second wave of the defense, and still on his feet with the football is Scott. He's got to the 40-yard line.
And when I mentioned loosening up the defense, it makes the defensive backs more conscious, less alert in the run. They're backpedaling more to defend against the pass. Miles College, with head coach Good, coming right behind that with the running play, picking up a first down on the ground.
And you're added to mention that you spoke about a few minutes ago. This defense of Tuskegee been out on the football field for quite a while now in this football game. First down on their run by Scott. Football at the 38-yard line of Tuskegee. Golden Bears marching. In the shotgun. Low snap, but he handles it. Puts it on the ground. Breaking free out of one tackler. And working at sidelines, and finally out of bounds is Scott.
What's been interesting, Charles, is that the playing personality of this game flipped. In the first half, Tuskegee was showing a lot of action off of ball fakes, being very, very successful with it. Now with Miles, since they've established the pass game, they've set up their run success.
Been successful here last couple of plays on the ground, primarily through Gennaro Scott. Picked up 7 on from scrimmage. TU had him bottled up behind the line of scrimmage for a moment, but he broke free. On the ground, Golden Bears, second wave of the defense on a carry this time. It's Edward Osley with his first run of the football.
Now, the design of that last running play, there were 3 players that were optioned. It wasn't a setup like a wishbone type play, but it was a play that had a lot of disguise to it. 2 players crossing, 1 player coming middle. So, again, Tuskegee's defense will have to be really alert to judge the disguises that's running on offense.
3 first downs picked up on the ground by the Golden Bears. Right now, the 26-yard line of Tuskegee. 10:38 remains. Snap to Vanderver. Ball fake. He'll roll right. Fires got a man there in the middle of the field. Catch is made there. They can't bring him down on the first effort. And she ahead with the football for Miles College, and he'll get down to the 10-yard line.
Marquez, 6'1", a sophomore receiver. He made a really interesting catch in the second quarter. Mobley picking up where he left off.
Good run after that catch down at the 9. And an indication on tackle sequence by that they are getting a bit winded because Mobley caught that foot almost near the 20-yard to get those extra yards inside of the 10 to the 9.
That's the advantage of having a big body, too. 215 is no joke down.
Vanderver in shotgun. On the ground. This is Osley trying to run it left side, but nothing there. Got it to the line of scrimmage. That's it. It'll be 2nd and goal to go for the Golden Bears.
College offense is showing some type of inevitability to it. 9:26 and ticking in this fourth quarter. By keeping the ball on the ground, Tuskegee's defense on the field.
Absolutely. And threatening inside of the red zone to add to their 3-point lead. Vanderver lines up in the shotgun. Scott behind him. Snap. Ball fake. Vanderver fires. End zone. Batted away by Michael King. Good defensive effort. They were trying to get it to Gatewood on a crossing route.
King was trailing Gatewood, who was breaking from left to right. Did an excellent job of interfering with the receiver, getting his ball and his hand around to knock that pass away.
Textbook coverage, Michael King. TU had a big interception in this first half. They could use one here.
This is when you find out who your leaders are.
Third
play.
Indeed, you're right. On a 3rd and goal to go for the Golden Bears from the 9. Vanderver brings Gatewood in motion right side. Slots that way. He'll take a snap. Looks, dumps it off to Scott. Scott trying to elude. TU got a gang tackle on him at the line of scrimmage. Good work there by Grayson King. Good jobbing at the sideline.
McKnight made the tackle for Tuskegee. He comes up dragging his left shoulder as he's jogging back towards the huddle. Substitutions, mass substitutions coming in for Tuskegee. Off. I would be surprised if Knight goes off as well. He's now going to the sideline. You can see him hanging shoulder from the back. As he gets to the sideline, he just leans over, barely able to get to the bench. You hope he's
26-yard effort here. Field goal for the Golden Bears. Reed set to try it here. High snap, they got it down. Reed on the kick, pushed it up, got plenty of leg on it. He knocked it through for the Golden Bears in their lead. 23-17 over the Golden Tigers. News could have been worse for Tuskegee on that. Instead, they give up 3.
They give up 3. Knight goes to the injury tent. Tuskegee's offense stands. Field goals from this point are not any good. You need touchdowns.
8:44 in the contest. Tuskegee trailing 23-17. Step out for a break on GTSN.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game.
Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
This is Emmanuel Wilson, running back from the Green Bay Packers, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
8 minutes, 4 seconds remain. Football game in a second half that's been all Golden Bears and Miles College. You got to really find some offensive answers on this possession.
Now I understand why Miles College does not have any receivers listed in the 25. They love to spread the ball around. They've got talent on the squad, and everyone gets a touch. And on that last drive, you could see passes completed to at least 4 different receivers. Now, as you mentioned, Tuskegee has the similar challenge. They can get something going in the passing game. What's going to be important? We haven't seen a big run back on a kickoff in a long Golden Tigers. This would be a nice spot. And when I say a good run back, I say something on the 30 to 35-yard line would be acceptable.
Yeah, on that last kick that they had it past that mark you're talking about, but they got the personal foul on that one to nullify that run. It'll be Hall. Correction on that. Looks like Cooper back there. And I see EJ's not on this return for Tuskegee. Devin Kent, I believe that's Rouser back there with him as well. Short kick by the Golden Bears. Comes down at the 23. They'll pick it up there. This is Hardy with the return for Tuskegee. Jermaine trying to get to the left side. One flag coming in there as he turns backside at the 30-yard line.
There were actually 2 flags on the play. One came early and one came late. There were 2 different fields. So as you hold your breath and hope it's not against Tuskegee, you see the flag now being relayed at the 25-yard line. The officials are huddling up at the 30 to discuss it. I have a bad feeling about this for the Tuskegee offense.
Sense against TU. One came as Hardy was trying to work at left, looking for a block. That likely an illegal block there. We'll see what the call happens to be at the end of the day. Personal foul against Tuskegee.
I heard crackback block through my headset.
One thing you can count on is the back part of that. That's going to push Tuskegee all the way back inside of its 20 down to the 15-yard line to start this drive. That was half the distance to the goal on the call.
We've seen Tuskegee spread offense. This time they have 3 wide receivers to the right side. They spread their offense hoping to get wider splits, giving out more space for the running game up the middle. We'll see how they want to play it.
TU with 12 penalties in the game, over 100 yards in penalties. On the ground, they go left side. Up of 3 maybe on that carry.
This is a very important sequence on offense. I'm not thinking touchdown for Tuskegee, Charles. I'm just thinking pick up a first down or 2.
That was Rouser on the carry for Tuskegee. Now Tuskegee just cannot be gun shy of that pass. With 8:09 left in this football game, they are going to have to, for the history of that one pick, and have to start working this football downfield. On the go right side, looking for room there. Turning the corner is Rouser. Rouser got it past the 20, about a yard shy of the marker.
The Golden Tigers had some success with their quarterback, Franklin, football. This might not be a bad spot for a designed quarterback draw. Let Franklin emphasize showing, but hope he can use his quick feet to pick up 3 yards.
Yeah, that has a factor in the second half. So impressive with it in the first half of the game. 3rd down and 1. And it looks like the Golden Bears will take a timeout on this 3rd and 1 with 7:20 left. Tuskegee with the 1 mark, I think, probably to be thinking about 2-down territory for this first down.
Well, especially from this position on the giving away that if you did not pick it up. The key player on this next drive is going to be center LeBron. Wherever Mary is going, that is going to be the point of attack should they decide to go after the middle of the field or the middle of the Miles College defensive front.
It'll be 3rd and 1. 21-yard line. Players making it back out onto the football field.
You know, this has been a long season. This may be the longest 1 yard that Tuskegee's had to pick up all season against their rival.
Football at the right hash mark. Franklin back out onto the field. He'll line gun. Kamuka a couple of yards in front of him to the left to add some extra protection here. Now they'll right side. Jeffrey lines up there. They'll run it that way. Hit from behind a scrimmage, and Rowls are knocked down line. Golden Bears just sent everybody on that play, and they got Rouser before he could get it back to the line. So TU falls on a 3rd down and 1, losing a couple of yards. And now that'll bring on Callum punt the football away. You talked about that being the longest 1 yard that Tuskegee did during the course of the season. They barely got that play off before the Golden Bears were right there in the back, knocked that play down for the loss.
They needed 1 and they lost 2.
Brent stands 5, angles, and he'll kick this one away. Line drive kick by Brent. Catch made over the shoulder. Fair catch was, I believe, on the return by Andrews. He did get the fair catch at the 35-yard line with 6:26 remaining. Golden Bears now, talk about them offensively. They have assignments that they really want to get in play on this, namely a few first downs, keep that clock running, to burn some timeouts.
If Tuskegee had 11 players that played with the enthusiasm and zest as Tiffy Grayson,
sure,
they would be in really time leading his defense on the field. Grayson has both arms out as if he's flying on the field. Just, okay, defense, let's fly around. Let's go ahead and attack. And Grayson, in some games early in the season, he plays from whistle to whistle. This is not just a show. Grayson has been known to play with enthusiasm on the last play of a game.
Indeed, you're right. Kind of enthusiasm that you want to just infatuate. He's got another year at Tuskegee only as a junior, so it's going to be a positive thing for TU going forward.
It was just some type of blood transfusion machine where you could take some of Grayson's blood, save it to next season, and then inject it. Play on next year's squad, you might have something.
Yeah. So the Golden Bears, 26 left in the ball game. TU 23-17. TU with a good first half of football. Faltered a bit there at the end where the Golden Bears got a field goal and just carried that momentum into the second half. And this has been a tale of two halves in this football game since.
It's also been a game of halftime adjustments. Give credit to head coach Chris Good, Miles College, in his first year, came out in the third quarter with what appeared to be built off the of that late second quarter. He came out with a different ball club in the third quarter. They showed a lot of variety. They got a lot of players involved, and as a result, they took a lead, and Tuskegee is now on its heels, needing to make a defensive stop.
Yeah. Let's talk about the disparity in terms of total yardage. Right now, TU at 57 plays, 289 yards. And for the Golden Bears are at 39 plays at 241 yards. They have closed that gap considerably in terms of total yards gained in this football game, but more importantly, they have taken the lead on the scoreboard. Vandiver will take a snap. They'll run it right side. Scott just puts his head and runs into the pack. Tuskegee meets him there, and they start pickup.
Tuskegee has been solid for the most part in the middle of the field on defense. What they don't want to have type of breakdown in that first level, because if Miles gets to the second level, it could be trouble for this defense that's been on the field for most of this second half.
It'll be a 2nd down and 8 here for Bears. Lindley Vandiver, the redshirt junior at quarterback, in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. They'll keeping it in the middle, bouncing off, trying to get to the corner now, and wrapped up there. Good defensive work by TU to string that play toward the sideline and pull Scott down for a loss on the play.
Scott down by Leroy, was pulled down, I should say, by Nord of Tuskegee. Nord got into the back, jumped him with both hands around his back. Stopped for about a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, whipped him to the ground down near the 33. So it'll be 3rd down and 11 now for the Golden Bears at 5-10 left football game. Tuskegee, if they can shut them down here, will have the football back with lots of time on the clock. Vandiver in the pocket. He'll take the snap. Looks upfield, steps to pressure. They got a wrap on him, but he'll flip it out in the flats, and it's incomplete. Had Scott there with a little bit of space out in front of him as Vandiver all game long, even in the grass of players, able to throw the football upfield. That time Scott not able to pull it in.
Scott makes it. He had one man to beat before he had some clear sailing on that line. The closest player to him was Sean Smith of Tuskegee in coverage. There was no one else home on that side of the field.
Golden Tiger there because he had at least enough to run first down a lot further. Smith on to punt it away now for the Golden Bear. Hall stands at the 35 or the 25 on the other end of the football. Snap and the kick. Can't turn it over. It's going to be a sidewinder. That's out of bounds near the 38-yard line. Depending on where that one went out, looks like they're going to serve to the.
It's going to be marked a lot shorter.
Yeah, I think they're going to put it at. Well, they settled down near 38.
Okay,
I thought he was going to stop near the 42.
I did too. You saw the official
Sure.
slow down, and I thought he was going to drop right there on the spot.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was going to put that anchor down near the 42.
I think we're both
hungry for something. So instead, it'll be the 35-yard line for Tuskegee. 4 left in the football game.
And, we're not homers. We're fairly objective.
Sure. Absolutely. That's true. 1st and 10 for TU from their own 35-yard line. Football at the left hash mark. On the ground. Whistle at the line of scrimmage. And think the Golden Bears are taking a time out before they started at the line of scrimmage.
So the sun has set behind us. The field is now being lit by artificial lighting here at Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama, with 4:45 remaining.
TU football, they got to overcome this 23-17 deficit to the Golden Bears of Miles College. TU with one more football game remaining on its schedule. And that's on Thanksgiving Day from Montgomery, Alabama.
Legion Field, one high-grade lighting system is one of the better setups that we've played in for a night contest. Lights seem fairly new. The entire stadium is bathed in this neon glow.
Yeah, you're right. With the advent of LED lights, adds that higher level of intensity. And you lock down the pole placement as well. Those are placed extremely well here to cover all of the field. If you divide maybe 30-yard chunks coverage throughout the field. Sometimes that gets overlooked, and you have them kind of in the corners, and you have some dead in the middle as it relates to lighting. Job with that here.
Well, we started out in sunshine, and the transition from sunshine, this is barely noticed from here in the booth, and I'm sure the players appreciate it now. So much for the technical. 4 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Tuskegee goes on offense from their own 35-yard line, down by 6 points.
And they have been very conservative in this second half. Because of that one pick early on in the second half, they just shied away from throwing the football, which they did in that first half of play, to enable that offense to show a lot of different looks to that Golden Bear defense.
Tuskegee defense is doing more jogging back and forth from the line of scrimmage back to the sideline for the second time during this timeout. The offense back towards the coaches outside the hash marks. Now they come back for a second time to start this drive, their own 35-yard line. Tuskegee's offense lined up at the line of scrimmage.
From the 35. Franklin in shotgun. Play not quite yet to begin. Officials finally stepping out from over the football, and now we're set. Play is up. Franklin joined in the backfield by one running back. Slots either side. Snap to Michael. Michael will keep it inside. Trying to find some space at the corner. He's got it and steps out of bounds. The thing you called for, they finally go to the quick feed of Michael Franklin. He runs it for the first.
I wish they had gone to it on the third down call, but as it stands, they pick up an important on the carry by the quarterback, who is an excellent ball handler. We saw in the first half a few times where Miles went for his ball fakes on defense to the point where they were tackling a person without the football.
Yep. Missing that in this second half. We'll see if that run from Franklin there kind of gets this reinstituted for Tuskegee with 4:20. They go quickly on their ball fake by Franklin. Franklin going to dump it upfield and threw it out of bounds. Trying to get it to Cooper, but I think he was close to being past the line of scrimmage when he tried to throw it. Probably better served just to take what he could get around there.
Franklin had Cooper open as he's rolling to his left. Really attempted a jump shot instead of a pass to get the ball to him. He shoveled it inaccurately, and as it stands, Tuskegee comes up with a second down 10 call, which could have been easily 5 to 7 yards if Franklin makes an accurate toss.
10 seconds on the play clock. TU brings Cooper. Now he'll stay, headed to his right into the formation on the left side. 2 to snap it, and TU going to get hit for a delay of game here. Mild.
I think that delay of game may have been partially. I'm not going to blame the band, but the tuba section was cranked up, not far away from the Tuskegee huddle.
I think they're going to wave it off. I think Coach James got a time out before the game. Boy, it was awfully close. He could have been signaling to the official that he wanted it, and he just did not. The official didn't respond right away. A 0, they threw the flag, but they picked the flag up, and TU gets hit with the timeout. 4 minutes, 11 seconds left in the football game.
If I'm Coach James and the tuba section is cranked up near my offense, I want total silence just to get these snap counts accurately made.
Trying to gauge the timeouts left. I think TU's showing scoreboard. They've got 2 after taking that one. They have 2 remaining, and Miles with just 1 timeout remaining. 4:11 left in this football game. TU after the timeout line of scrimmage will be their own 47-yard line.
Tuskegee's up. It's already built. They're lined up in position as their custom. Miles' defense is just ambling back from the sideline. He should have the play call. This would be a great spot to go on the first count. You've had the time to get a play in, know what you want to. Why wait?
Second down effort coming here for Tuskegee. Franklin in shotgun. They bring a man in motion. That's 3 receivers to the right. Quick snap to Franklin. Michael looks, surveys, fires across the middle. Catch made there by Preston Parker. Parker, one would-be tackler, still on his feet, about a yard shy of the first down marker.
Parker was working right at the 45-yard line, trying to get north-south square enough to get another yard. As it stands, he'll come up about a yard shy. Give credit for it of Parker after the catch.
Third down and less than a yard for Tuskegee. Parker has turned in a fine day for Tuskegee from the wideout spot. A couple of touchdown grabs for him. Play clock at 10. Franklin set to go now. He'll fake it, keep it, roll it left side. Got some space in front of him. Michael scoots out of bounds near the 37-yard line. Down pick up by the quarterback, and TU stops the clock.
Michael Franklin, at some point in his life, has taken some lessons. That time, he tips out of the contact, gets to the sideline, and picks up as much as he just glides out of bounds, stopping the clock.
Well, you're calling it that's right. Glide is the word, right description. And when you talk to him on campus, just the coolest guy on campus, too. Just very, very nonchalant and a good element for Tuskegee. 1st and 10 after the run by Franklin. Fake this time, they'll keep it straight ahead on the carry. Tuskegee. This is Leverett with the football this time for Tuskegee. And Desmond runs it to about the 30-yard line.
As they did in the first quarter, Tuskegee is using the improvisational ability of Franklin to run, not scripted plays, but unscripted plays. His running backs, as a result, pick up nice yardage on that first down carry.
It'll be second down and maybe 3, call it 4. Field, and the pass is going to be caught. He got Parker in stride. Parker sliding down to make that at the 11-yard line.
If that pass is a hair higher, Parker's gliding into the end zone. But as it stands, he made an excellent throw as the defensive back for Miles was closing. The ball had enough steam on it.
That's why it's a little bit low, because he saw that coverage. This time across the middle, TU signal, touchdown, Golden Tigers. Time it's Wilson on the receiving end of the pass from Michael Franklin.
Franklin, who showed up in the first quarter, reappears on a crossing pattern right in the middle of the field, 2-yard zone. The Golden Tigers, on the drive they had to have, get 6.
Franklin looking like a major league shortstop on that play, pumped once and just drilled it right into the end zone. Wilson with a great crossing route score for Tuskegee, and Ryans knocks in the point after. And the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, when they had to have it, they could get that passing offense in gear, and they lead at 24-23.
That's the thing about these rivalry games. So unpredictable. Franklin, who was comatose for just about the entire third quarter, comes back to life the fourth quarter, leading a crisp drive for Tuskegee all the way down.
We're talking about the concern after kind of very casual or very conservative in terms of ball. But as that game continues to clock continues to unwind, it was clear they were going to have to start throwing that football. And when they do, answer's big.
You know, sometimes a boxer may take a hit to the head, come out a little bit woozy.
Give me a couple of rounds.
Let me get my. So Franklin took a couple of drives to get his head clear, but once he got his groove back, he showed up in the first quarter. Last 2 passes were things of beauty, just frozen ropes. The last touchdown pass was right on the money.
Now we changed from celebration to strategy. 56 left. That's a lot of time for the Golden Bears to get this football into field goal range. Only try a point. So we'll rest on Tuskegee in terms of its defense.
Kick coverage, vital.
Lark and Ryan kick. This will have a return here. Backpedaling near the 5 on the squeeze. Middle, trying to turn direction. Has his legs taken from under him. This is Nick Thomas on the return for the Golden Bears, and 2 on the kick.
The defensive back, 170 pounds back.
So Tuskegee's defense is out there first. Another challenge for them. It has been weekly for this defense. Vandiver and Golden Bears onto the football field. They will start this drive from their own 16-yard line. TU will only have 3 up front, 4 up front defensively. Anticipating passes here from the Golden Bear offense. Vandiver in the pocket, looks, fires it out in the flats, threw it high, but the catch made there, not wrapping up on the first attempt, and out of bounds after the grab for the Golden Bears was Roderick Thomas. They have used Thomas coming out of that backfield very effectively on the flare-out passes, and there they do it on this play. They pick up 6.
If Timothy Gray tackle in the field of play, clock continues to run. As it stands, it's frozen at 144.
Team with 1 timeout remaining now. 2nd down and 4 after the pickup on the route by Thomas out of the backfield. With the snap, steps, fires across the middle. Catch going to be made there by Thomas out of the backfield again. Knocked down at the 30-yard line, the first down. So they'll hold the clock right there until they move the chains. Just kind of floating that one. Find this body for the rest of Miles. Clock running now in a minute. Vandiver steps up, fires across the middle. Got a man on her out there. That's Gatewood with the catch. Gatewood past midfield up to 7-yard line. Pardon us, Bears. He got it up now with 1:14 seconds left. And did we get a time out here? I think
Can't be happy with the clock management because the clock continued to run as the chain gang was moving up the field, so they burned a timeout just to make certain that the clock stopped with 1:14 remaining.
Trying to recall if they had been a timeout here at the end of the ball game. If that counted against them or not, I don't think we had a stoppage of play at the 2 mark. So they may be getting as close as they can to that to allow that timeout without charge to either team.
Now let's reset. Speaking of field goal range, Miles College is about 20 yards away. So thinking touchdown necessarily, they're thinking, can we get the ball inside the 30-yard line?
Reed has hit from 47 yards away. But the clock running now, 1:04 remaining in the football game. Vandiver to the line of scrimmage for Miles. They bring a man in motion left side. They'll have 3 receivers that way. Corner pressure by TU. They unloaded upfield, and the catch going to be made. No incomplete pass. They're trying to get out of the backfield. Now the Golden Bears scrambling here with 51 seconds left in the football game. The line of scrimmage remains to 48. After the incomplete pass, the clock stopped.
Looking to the sideline for the play call, Tuskegee's crowding the line of scrimmage. They have 7 players within about 3 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Trying to put that pressure on Vandiver in terms of cutting down his time to throw it and getting into a passing lane. Vandiver takes the snap, looks upfield, fires it toward the sideline, and unloads it out of bounds and incomplete.
There were some mismatches deep downfield for Miles. They were again trying to get James Gatewood open at the 20. Gatewood separation.
Football at the 48-yard line. It's 3rd down and 10 for Miles College there with 47 seconds left. No, they're going to be thinking 2 possessions here to get that first down. TU looking for a big defensive play. See if they can get some pressure here. Vandiver with the snap in the time. Now they flush him. They'll get the sack on him near the 45-yard line. Football comes loose. Tuskegee lunging at it. And she'll say that it is down out of a long Golden Bears, but they will have it and they will fit down on a mountain here as Vandiver got tied up, able to get to him on that play.
First player gesturing out of was Tamarcus Grayson, the linebacker for Tuskegee. They had excellent pressure. They brought 2 linebackers on the blitz. We talked about the pressure, how they were lining up closer to the line. They got what they wanted and got the sack.
37 seconds. Golden Bears burned their last time out and back out facing a 4th down.
Also give a good start to DeMarcus Wynn, the defensive lineman for Tuskegee. Got excellent in the middle. Nice complimentary defense by Tuskegee. Pressure from their linemen and the complimentary from their linebackers.
They pushed the Golden Bears back to their own 40. They'll have to get it all the way back to TU's 3rd for the first. They'll face a 4th down here. If they're not able to form here in Birmingham, Alabama field. Vandiver in the offense back out there for Miles College. TU complement of secondary men on this play and 4 up front.
3 deep zone for Tuskegee. That's about 5 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Got to keep everything in front of them. Vandiver in the shotgun. Here we go on 4th. He'll take the snap. Inside press, flush him right side. He raises, fires toward the sideline. Incomplete pass. Inside's bench, and TU has prevailed here with 29 seconds left. They had to cut the secondary, and they forced Vandiver on the run to his left, and he shot it out of bounds.
There are effort plays, and there are extra efforts. Once again, DeMarcus Wynn, big defensive lineman for the Golden Tigers, getting the pressure in on the quarterback, forcing him to roll to his left, throw off balance. The pass sailed out of bounds right in front of the Miles College bench, And the Tuskegee defense celebrates to the sideline.
You called it, though. You said it was going to that defense for Tuskegee. And right at the end there, they were able to hold the Golden Bears. They got a big sack on Vandiver on a couple of plays previous to this.
The Tuskegee marching band cranks up Ball in Parlay with 29 seconds. Something we haven't had a lot of this season, but Golden Tigers credit for taking Miles' best punch and answering with a punch of their own.
Michael Franklin. Outstanding performance by him to lead Tuskegee, the senior, inserted into the starting lineup this week for Tuskegee. Had not started all season long. But did he end a couple of pinpoint passes by him, Preston Carter, and then the pass into the end zone to Rashad Wilson, and Tuskegee finds a way to win it, 24-23.
You know, it wasn't a perfectly clean game, but it was a very entertaining football game. The Golden Tigers, it's always much better also when you come away with the W.
They get back-to-back wins, Tuskegee does. They won last weekend. Now here in Birmingham, Alabama at the historic Legion Field. They won it 24-23 over Miles. Take a quick wrap things up on GTSN after this. Live here at Legion, the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Man, you talk about an exciting finish, Lassiter. They trailed latter parts of this ball game, needed a touchdown to tie it and the point win it. They got both.
There are snapshots that really capture the feeling of a game. About 5 minutes, Irving Jr., the linebacker for Tuskegee, went off the field, just skipping to the sideline all the way over to the Tuskegee marching band. They're playing their alma mater now, but this time as it strolls over, helmets overhead, they have a lot to be proud about, and more specifically, quarterback Michael Franklin in his first start, a senior who's seen limited action all season, comes back and guides this team, guides this offense to a 24-23 win when the feeling was they drive, he got it.
Frank, 27% completion rate for him. 94 yards through that one interception. But threw the 3 touchdown passes, 2 to Preston Parker and 1 to Rashad Wilson. And T will come off the deck to win this football game over the Golden Bears of Miles College. Some of the quick numbers from this ball game. Total offense for Tuskegee in this contest. 65 plays for 345 yards, and for the Golden Miles College, 49 plays, 267 yards. And Tuskegee on the very impressive Lassiter. They finished with 151 yards on the ground. That's probably been the most they've gained as a unit throughout the course of this game.
You know, at some point in the future, years from now, Grandpa Michael will be talking to kids, and they'll ask him, and they'll say, Grandpa, did you play in that game against Miles? And he'll say, I did, and I threw touchdown passes too. Sure, and don't you forget it.
Let me tell you about it. Great performance by Michael Franklin coming on, being inserted into that lineup. Tuskegee wins it 24-23 over the Golden Bears of Miles College. TU now at a 4-6 mark overall and 3-5 in SIAC play. The Bears fall to 3-8 and 3-5 in conference play. Mark, it's on to Thanksgiving Day for us in Golden Tiger football against Alabama State.
And that can only mean one thing. It'll be time for the Jive Turkey Awards.
Oh, boy.
Thanksgiving Day.
That's right.
So we'll look forward to that one. But Tuskegee, as they did last season, they finished the season after they start the season strong. It's that middle part we got to take care of.
They take care of business today. They win at 24-23. For our coverage here from the historic Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama, special thanks to Tuskegee President Dr. Brown, Chief Operating Officer Dr. Alondis Rice, and Athletics Director Reginald Ruffin for your continued support on Tiger Sports Network. And thank you so much for you all continuing to support us in terms of our coverage of TUS. Tuskegee wins it 24-23. Have our production team, Charles Ward, saying thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you on from Montgomery, Alabama. This has been a production of the Golden Tiger Sports Network.